right. Good morning, evening, afternoon. Masati here. Welcome back to Masati on Sunday. This is where we go deep into, in this case, the reasons why. In XI, exponential intelligence metascience, what we do here is go to the cause and find solutions at the cause. A lot of times, science, religion, your own personal, say, journey, what we do, what most people do is they go to the effect and try to solve the effect. So uh, we're it's called speed healing, and I just want to clarify some of the things on this, so we don't get misunderstood. So you've probably tried it all. Therapy, mindset, work, healing methods. Nowadays, plant medicine, and or the Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza, and still, there's that real change. Those methods, and still real change takes years, transformation. And the reason why is, like I said earlier, sometimes actually lifetimes. And the reason why is because, well, we try to fix the symptom, not the cause. So the actual shift doesn't take years. And this is why I call it speed healing. Okay. The actual shift doesn't take years. The shift takes only just about 5 minutes. It's just literally a program that needs to be rewritten. So what takes time is how long you hold on to the old patterns that you have before you let them collapse. So here's the deal. A lot of times people search for what's wrong with them. They spend lifetimes, if yeah, if not decades, yeah, I would say they most people really don't figure out the real cause on why they have issues that they do. Okay. So and then, in their deathbed, then they go, shit, now I realize, right? So how does that happen? When you're on your deathbed, then you go, oh, that's what the deal was, right? Because there was clarity. Somehow you got clarity. So that's what I help you with. It's like, instead of you dying and figuring out what the hell's wrong with you before it's too late, I just help you, hey, this is what's happening for you. So I help you go into that same realm and see things very, very clearly. See things outside of your genetic patterns, hereditary patterns, generational patterns, previous lifetime social norms, things of that nature, and collapse them there. Because once you know the truth, well, a lot of things can happen. A lot of you, this is where. And that's what I'm going to show you today. And this isn't a circus show. This isn't, yeah, it's not a show. It's not for, it is for fun, but again, it's not a carnival show or anything like that. This isn't a trick, okay? It's not a trick. It's actual science. And I'm going to show you today that we'll work on 25 people, so it's going to be a while. So go ahead, relax, get back, get comfortable. Those I'm going to be working on 25 individuals, but just note that the frequencies are so powerful that many of you will actually feel it here live, or if you're listening to on a recording, you'll actually feel the frequency. So, especially if the person that I'm working on has similar patterns that you need to resolve. Okay, so this is a great opportunity to help you reset. As I work on one individual, I'll be working on many. So again, 25 people, 5 minutes each. There's no prep, no backstory. Some of the people, they've been here before. Some of them are brand new. It doesn't matter. I don't have to know anything about you. I can see the code. I can see your code, and actually, it's more accurate than you telling me what's going on. Because again, a lot of people really don't know what's happening to them. So it's just frequency scans that reveal the truth. So, and that instant of collapse, distortions you've carried for decades or lifetimes, generations, that's what we do in 5 minutes. I get to the cause, the original cause of why you have the issues, and then some of you will feel it, say, right away. Some of you will feel it later tonight. Some of you may resist it, but all of you will literally leave with the seed of change already planted in you. And even if I'm not talking to you directly, you'll probably sense, say, a truth that stirs within you deep inside if you're watching this. Right? That's the key. Once that stirs, you can't go back. Again, once you hear the truth, you cannot go back. You need to go towards, say, resolving that truth. That's why truth is so, so powerful. All right. All right. So the key is, again, just to get it right, I don't heal you in 5 minutes, although some people do literally heal themselves in 5 minutes because they see the truth and it's like, shit, I'm there. So some of you might take longer, especially physical issues, ailments, diseases. As a note, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to diagnose you or anything like that. I'll just tell you what I see. I could be wrong. Again, so check your I wouldn't call it say medical professionals, but check with your doctors, but check with your intuitive self as well. Okay. So overall, I triggered the collapse that starts the chain reaction that you at a mental level have to say continue on. Okay. As a note, XI also doesn't treat the symptoms, it clears the cause, the original formation of why. Sometimes I might tell you something, especially if you're new and you go, that's not true. But a lot of times, over 90%, they'll go back home and they'll write back and go, oh shit, that was true. So just think of it, just let it settle in. Okay. And then what we'll do, because you need that further going on, I collapse the cause. You might need help, resolving the issue. And we're going to offer you hyper meditations on the back end. We'll post it on the chat for you. If you have, say, mother issues, we'll give you, say, a hyper meditation around that. If you have, I don't know, if you think you're cursed, if you think, you've got something going on, in that realm, we'll give you a hyper meditation on that. And that's how the process works. All right. Uh, all right. So let's see, anything else? I'm just prepping up, guys. So the biggest thing, because we get pushed here, because it's a new paradigm. People say it's a placebo. They'll say it's hype. Again, it's not a circus show. It's real science. But the difference is, again, therapy works on symptoms. That's why it takes so long. Religions works on belief. That's why it takes so long. Mindset works on, say, repetition. XI works at the frequency level, and this is where you can get again instant change, instantaneous healing, and you've heard people have instantaneous healing, right? So this is the level where the problem actually, started, and this is the new science. Technology has sped up everything up, phones, AI, even space travel. But humans are still healing, they're still healing in slow motion. So it's time to really upgrade the way we evolve. And this is the new frequency. This is the new science, as Einstein would say. So whether it's a mother wound, money blocks, fear patterns, you'll see how 5 minutes can literally start the change that old methods, might have taken decades or even lifetimes to even touch. All right. Once you shift, like I said, once you shift that frequency or know the truth, basically everything else follows. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll just jump in. We'll go to Nicole. Hey, Nicole. So we've got 5 minutes, hon. Anything special that you want to work on, or I could just read you, really scan you really fast. Either way.
Yes, please. I'm
Okay.
having a lot of issues with my gut and my organs, it feels like,
Yeah.
inflammation.
Yep.
And I quit my Prozac like a couple months ago, and that has been very destabilizing.
Okay. Yeah. So, for you, take a deep breath in, huh? And it's not just that I see the cause of what's happening. Let's just start that motion of you healing yourself. Again, the key word is healing yourself. So when I see you, Nicole, even before you said that, I see you with stomach issues. So where does that come from? How do I read the frequencies? So it's the same frequency. You're looking at it as you have stomach issues. I see the frequency behind why you have stomach issues. If you can fix the frequency behind it, take a breath in again for you, Nicole, and everybody else that's watching. What what is the frequency that I tap into that I know what's happening to you? Okay. That's what you need to resolve because Nicole at a frequency level has stomach issues, and I'll get to the cause in just a second. You represent yourself in physical form. So again, doctors try to heal a symptom. So breathe in, sweetie. So one, just a couple things that could be off. Um, I don't know if your mother took some like prescription meds when you were pregnant or when you were really young to that effect. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she had really complex PTSD. I think that
Okay.
also
Yeah. So she might have taken whatever meds to calm her down and stuff. It affected you. Okay. So what
cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Yeah. Okay. So the problem with cigarettes or the problem with PTSD type, say, pregnant women, you know, their offspring usually come with a sense of, I would call it spatial referencing, where you, Nicole, and here's some of the symptoms. You might go into a room and then, or you might be focused on something, and then you'd have to go, oh, okay, where am I? Does that ever happen to you? You always have to like reference to go, oh shit, where am I?
Hmm.
Or you might daydream and then you come back and then you have to go, okay, where am I? You know, what time frame am I in? And you literally go, what time frame am I in? Where am I going? What am I doing? Everything has to be like cognitive here. Does that make sense to you?
Hmm.
Um, it's not automatic. So that piece of you, your say autonomic nervous system, literally it's like GPS for the body that just basically says you're here, you're here, you're here all the time. Okay. It's the same pattern. Take a breath in. It's the same pattern as your autonomic nervous system, but this is a frequency autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system is your heartbeat, your breathing patterns, the thousands of chemical interactions. Those aren't covered by your brain. I mean, they are, but they're not at your conscious level. It's automatic for you. Get it? Does that make sense to you? So there's another autonomic nervous system that basically says, hey, you're here. You're here. You should render yourself here. That's what's missing. So take a breath in. Notice the lower part of your brain. This is where you might get fidgety or not know where you are. Like I said, this is where you kind of like when people are talking to you, you basically just like, oh, she's not listening to me anymore because literally your consciousness just like slides off to the second and you're trying to stay present and you're hearing them, but then you even you're trying to stay present but you slip off somewhere and it's like they're talking to you from a distance. Does that make sense to you? It's
Hmm.
like shit, they're right here, but why do I feel exactly? So take a breath in, sweetie. Okay. Um, so what I was setting into motion for you is, again, spatial referencing is really important for you. And spatial referencing for you, are you familiar with spatial referencing or no?
Hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
start spatial referencing. Let's help you take a breath in, sweetie. Visual spatial referencing is really important for you. And spatial referencing, for those who are new, you look at an object, you point on your body, like the pictures are over there, the tip of my nose is here. You just keep doing that all day long, and you'll literally start to retrain that part of your brain, say that didn't get, say, initiated because it was, say, dumbed down because of cigarettes and all that stuff when you were a baby. Does
Hmm.
that make sense? Do you have questions, by the way?
Um, what about like how my brain has been feeling just like with the overwhelm? And I know I'm restabilizing, I guess, but it's been
Yeah.
really intense.
Do you feel overwhelmed right now?
Yeah.
You might feel, yeah, because you're actually okay. So that's good. So you felt the frequencies. What you're doing is like I put you into a space of one dimension of time and space. What you're going through now is literally going, holy shit, how did I handle all those patterns? And that's where you got overwhelmed because all those inputs that were supposed to be automatic for you. Okay. So just think of it this way, real quick, and then we gotta go. Um, you have so many sensory, say, bombardment all day long, but your brain just cuts it out. Okay. That sensory, say, filter is not um running on you. And that's where you get overwhelmed. In this case, I helped you filter that out and then basically tell you, you are here. Okay, sweetie?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh,
Thank
feeling good?
you.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, I feel
We'll
better.
go, yeah, we'll go to Nicole here. Hey,
Hi,
Nicole.
Masati.
We'll
How
just
you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Again, we'll just jump in just because of the 5 minutes, honey. You worry about everybody else, what other people think of you. You're not sure of yourself. Does that make sense for you?
I have completely lost a lot of confidence and I feel like I'm failing to thrive. Um, I find that I go a step forward with my business or just because
Mhm.
I'm self-employed
Yeah.
and I just feel like where other adults my age are, I
Mhm.
just feel on the back fence, behind all the time.
Absolutely. Take a breath in. Okay, let's stop that. Again, it's time references for you, Suri. From what I'm seeing, and again, since you don't have an identity of your own, hon, I'll just say it. Since you don't have um, an identity of your own, you basically copy others. And this probably started when you were young, and basically your mom or dad, or both, or just the people, how you grew up, what happened is that they just basically told you what to do. You know, you had your own thought process, especially around 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, it's like, wait a second, this is my life. What's going on? But okay, so from 0 to 7, basically for you, Sweetie, you're going, hey, this is me. I'm gonna be, you know, all this I can see all my potential but by 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, what happened for you is like boom, you just every time you try to be yourself you got knocked down. It's kind of like that beaver, I don't know, that
Yeah,
whack-a-mole deal. No,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
it's like,
it feels like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like woohoo, you know.
yep.
It's like you can't be better than anybody else in the family, basically. And then by 13, from what I'm seeing, you went through puberty a bit different. By 13, you just basically go, shit, this is just the way it is. And then ever since then, because you couldn't get out of that rut to be your shining star, who you are, you basically go, well, I'll just live in this hole. And then
And
it
yeah,
perpetuates. Does that make
it
sense?
feels that feeling of what's the point? Every
Exactly.
time I give something a go, I jump in full on, do all the things I need to do, and I have a shiny moment, and then it, it just dissolves.
Exactly. So this is where you get ahead in your business or you fall in love or whatever it is. And it's like, you get to that point and it's like, you can't go there. Take a breath in, Sweetie. This is how they treat or they train those elephants. When their elephants are babies, they have huge chains wrapped around them, and then
Yes.
they get to the point where they tug, and they can't do it anymore. And then what happens is like they just give up. They just literally give up. It's like, what's the use? And then they take them to the circus, and then they have a tiny little rope, that just has a little stake. As soon as they feel that, it's just like, hey, I can. And that elephant sh has so much strength to pull that out. Just like you have so much strength, sweetie, but again, you're limited by that frequency change. So can we disconnect that for you? Is that okay for you?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Right. So take a breath in. What you will experience, I'll do the frequency work for you. You literally, what you will experience is like this chain only goes so far. So what you'll experience is you'll hit the chain and you'll feel that shit. It's like I should go back. I can't do it for you because that's against free will, but I've disconnected the chain for you. And then you go, oh shit, I'm free now though. So I can go further. So don't stop where you normally stop. Okay, sweetie? Take a breath in, close your eyes, imagine that chain, and all of you as well. Breathe in. All right. So this is kind of a time trap. And you feel 13, 14 to me. I don't know if something happened to you around that time, but it just literally just. put a timestamp on it. You don't have to tell me what it is. It doesn't really matter, but something emotional, obviously. So at that point, it's just like you frozen in time. So you're 20, you're 30, you're 100 years old. You'll always be a 13-year-old going back to, 100. Does that make sense to you? How that works? You'll always remember that moment and then bring that moment into life. So that's another recursive, again, time frame for you. So breathe in. But you're so smart, honey. I don't know if you've done enough XI or whatever.
I have worked
Once
with you before.
once you know the solution, honey, this is what's powerful about you. Once you know the solution, like you got it. You're not going, well, I don't know, So you're one of those, movers and shakers that go, shit, this is the solution. I'm going for it. So that's what you've got. So this session, honey, you literally have transformed your life in these 5 minutes because it's like now you know the problem. Now you can fix it because you're a great problem solver, Sudi. Nice job, honey. Very nice.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, Sudi. All right.
Right.
We, you're so welcome. We'll go to is it Ernie? Hey Ernie, how you doing? Oh, you're muted, buddy. Sorry. Um, well,
Is that
there you
better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Um,
We,
any
yeah, we've been down this path a couple times in the
Mhm.
past.
Okay.
Uh, um, right now, what I'm facing with about 18 months ago, I
Hmm.
became septic. That means every cell, muscle,
Hmm.
sinew in my body was blood poisoned. And
Yeah.
I went from 180 pound, 82-year-old strong man to
Hmm.
like 135-pound
Yeah.
skeleton. And that's where I am now. I've been out of the house for, I've been living in my home. I was
Hmm.
out once in 18 months. And
Yeah.
so I have, out of that septic, I became COPD, which
Yep.
means I can't breathe. I can't
Yeah.
fill my blood up with oxygen. Uh,
Wow.
I'm stuck on a 20-foot vinyl hose to provide me with oxygen. If I do any kind of exercise, even standing up to pee, I start having anxiety attacks because I can't breathe. I
Yep.
start panting. So I would first of all, and we're about, so when I went in the hospital a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago for
Yeah.
8 days, they thought I might have viral pneumonia because I had a small gray area in the bottom of each of my lungs. So
Yep.
they gave me very intense antibiotics. Now
Okay.
they want to do, and they don't know the result until they
Oh,
do a CAT scan
okay.
in about
So, Ernie,
a month. And
right.
then,
Just a slight breath in. All right. So, did you take the vaccine?
oh no.
Oh, thank God. All right. So, okay. So, if you had COVID just off the bat, it's like taking the vaccine. It's just an airborne vaccine for people. So, Ernie, when I see you, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm not diagnosing you, but there's so many people that are say at some level of septic. You're extreme septic. After the COVID situation, a lot of people did become septic, and what happens from what I'm seeing, even before you said anything like that Ernie, is literally where you are, and there's some reverb, but you have mold in your, and that's why you're septic. Okay, so the COVID virus, if it's manufactured or if air, I'm not gonna get into that stuff, but the COVID virus was basically the carrier of COVID was mold. Okay. And then they put whatever on there because mold is insidious. And this is where many people are at some level septic and their systems literally shut down. Okay. So mold, that's what you've got. It's just a suggestion, but I would do a mold cleanse for you. And you want to make sure that there's no mold in your house. So you want to make sure of that as well. But that's where it all originated, my friend. So if you did literally any mold clinic, and that they're natural. There's natural, cleansers out there for you. I would take the natural ones. Um, you would literally regain yourself. Okay.
Can your staff recommend their favorite?
Um, if you do like a mold cleanse protocol or mold or fungus protocol, yeah, my staff could help you. But again, we're not medical clinics or
Oh,
anything
no,
like
no. But I
that.
would do it right away.
Yeah, yeah, that would really help you, my friend. But you have such a beautiful youth in you. And that's why before this, you're just a strong, say, virile man. I see you in your 20s. So you have that vibrancy of a young man in you all the time. And that's the beauty of older people that, get in your not in this situation, but you have that vibrancy, you have that youth of as you age, which is really nice. So during this time, I was not only helping you say detox, with the mold symptoms, but I was also helping you bring that vibrancy in. So after you recover from this, you recover much, much faster. You'll regain, a lot of your strength back. Okay. That's what we're thinking. But you have to do some kind of protocol on
But
that.
you don't
Okay.
see you don't see cancer. You don't see you
I'm
don't
not a doctor, but even cancers start from, I would say, a mold or again, a fungus at its root cause from what I'm seeing. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I've helped thousands of people cure themselves of cancer. The key word is I don't cure you, you cure yourself. So no, those are all the, no offense, medical society. Hey, this is shit. They're gonna make a shitload of money off you, buddy. But the simple, and it doesn't hurt. Just do the mold protocol, mold fungus protocol, my friend, and I bet you will feel much, much better aside from whatever they're telling you, but that's the real cause.
if
Okay?
you send me a protocol, I will
Uh,
start tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you go on YouTube, guys, can you help Ernie give him a mold and fungus protocol and the team from that because we're again my team is not a medical staff. So anybody that's out there, can you just and then Ernie, we'll copy that for you and then we'll send it to you. How's that
Oh,
sound? Okay.
by the way, you're looking good.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks. You too, man. I can't
You
wait
got
to see
this.
you.
You got the same vitality.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, we got to stick together, us older people. All right, buddy. You take care, my friend. We will go to Connie. Hey, Connie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. So you're always in fear,
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. So take a breath in, hon. You've been in fear since shit, you were 3 or 4 years old, from what I'm
Mm.
seeing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and the fear is not really yours. So let's see where that is. Um, oh, by the way, for Ernie too, we did vaccine after effects, guys. Really fantastic for people who did, who had COVID and so on. We're gonna do another one that goes deeper into that. And it's just for research purposes to see on if frequencies can help you through the COVID symptoms and so on. So back to you, Connie. Take a breath in. Oh, um, do you have liver issues? Or does somebody in your family have liver issues? Do they have diabetes, by the
My
way?
dad type
Your
2,
dad does? Okay.
type 2 diabetes, yeah.
He's got diabetes. Okay. Is he alcoholic or
He used to be. He just
okay.
doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So all right. So let's break that down, Sudi. So you're in your mom's belly, alcoholism say runs in the family.
Mhm.
Your mom's like highly scared of your father from what I'm saying.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like shit. Now you're pregnant, and then she gets blamed for being pregnant. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And it puts fear. It's like, and then your mother basically take a breath in, sweetie. And then your mother basically goes, shit. Should I keep this baby? Should I not keep this baby? And it's not about not loving you or not wanting you or anything like that. But basically, it's like you're in a fear, and that fear can never go away until today for you. If you're ready, are you ready,
I'm ready.
sweetie? Okay. So that basically that fear is like, should I keep this baby or not? So that's what you've been running with all the time. Does that make sense to you? The fear of your mother basically going, shit, you know, I don't know if I can keep this baby with the husband that I have. Okay. So take a breath in, sweetie. You're totally fine. You're totally safe on a lot of love around you. And then by about two or three, you're maybe, that your mom and dad get into a fight, and then she worries about your safety. She worries about her safety. Did she ever get out of that relationship, sweetie, or?
No.
No? Okay, she's still running those patterns? All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. So, and then what you do is, take a breath in. Whew. Let's just clear up. Obviously, you can't change what happened to you, 'cause, it's written in the sands of time. However, you can take the meanings away of what happened to you and learn from it stronger, if that makes sense for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So, so you as a girl, by the time you're, oh, whoa, 9 or 10, um, what happened there for you? Oof. Let's clear that out. 9 or 10, it's almost like a death threat or something, or did your father put threats on people, or that kind of deal? Or did he get into fights and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah, I was a fighter. Yeah.
So you were probably around as like, hey, I'm gonna kill you,
Yeah.
heated tension and all, and you're just 9 years old, and it's like, fuck, you don't know what to
Mhm.
that kind of situation, and then it's like, damn. And then worse yet, take a breath in. On you go through puberty, and it's like, well, now I'm becoming a woman, and then it's like, God, I don't want to be my mom. I love my mom, don't love, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to be that kind of woman. So you're in like limbo land, basically, because you don't want to be like, again, like your dad. You don't want to be like your mom, and basically it's like, shit, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. So you basically, from that point on, your life has been in limbo. That makes sense to you? You kind of just like float around. That makes sense for you,
Yeah.
hon?
Yeah.
All right. So how old are you, hon? Can I ask?
53.
53? Okay. Beautiful thing is you don't look like 53. You look a lot younger. I think in your and that's why the reason why I asked, around 31 or 32, um, you basically told life, the universe, God, however you define it. It's like, shit, I am getting to be older. I'm gonna stop time because this isn't the way I want to live. So you literally dug your heels and you slowed time down. That's why you look a lot vibrant, younger than your 50s. But then you kind of slowed down your emotional growth and all that as well. Did that make sense for you?
Yeah.
Did you get a divorce or something around 30-ish,
31.
32 or
Um,
31? What happened?
I had a son, my son.
Okay. So, God. So at 31, you basically go, you basically didn't want to create what happened to you when you were being born. So
Right.
there's no way in hell I'm going to go that way. So what you do, again, you're getting pulled to be kind of like your mother because you didn't really choose, but then it's like, so you're pulling back, but patterns of aging, patterns of whatever, keep pulling you towards that direction. So you've done a great job not going that way, but it's a lot of work from what I'm seeing for you. You know what I mean? Every moment you have to remind yourself that you're not that. So can we harness that energy that you have, that vibrancy that you have? Damn, that you've got willpower on that. It's pretty fucking amazing. That willpower that you have, can we just harness it to and latch it onto your best possible version so it pulls you the right direction versus the wrong direction. So instead of pulling back, it's going to pull you forward into your better self. Is that okay for you?
Yes, let's do that.
All right. So take a breath in. The liver issues and all that, you know, that Again, that's your father's, not yours. So that's kind of a problem for us as well. Is like, why are you harboring, his issues, his burdens? So this is where you might attract somebody in those same patterns where you're like a support, mechanism or vehicle for somebody. Does that make sense for you? As far as a
Absolutely.
relationship? Yeah. So whether you're in a relationship or not, it's gonna change. It has to change because your frequency has changed, if that's okay. So breathe in as we end, Suri. Um, um, this is going to be huge for you. This is that first step. This is where, again, we've collapsed the wave function. We've collapsed how you are running. So everything is going to collapse for you. Okay. At first, you might feel overwhelmed. And then afterwards, it's like, shit, I'm free. And then this is where you get to be who you are. Okay. By the way, your face changed. It's not fearful anymore. It's that conqueror type feel. You're not like, you're more like, damn, the world's out there. I'm going to go get it. This is going to be great for do you have two kids or just one?
One.
One. I see one more. I could be wrong. You might have had a miscarriage or something like that. But I see two kids around you for some reason. Anyway.
And so the liver thing's done now because I'm just pulling away from it.
Yeah, frequency wise, everything is set. You would have to say confirm your deletions by, you say, for example, you'll get into a situation, and this is for all of you, you'll get into a situation and then you'll have a choice. Do I go my old version or do I go my new version?
Mm.
Always the new version of yourself. No matter how hard it is, no matter how people push against you, sweetie, always choose the new version of who you are. And again, your vibrancy, you're just like, shit, I've got my own life back. And this will reset you age-wise as well. That make sense?
Yeah. Good. Thank
Good.
you.
You're so welcome, hon. On the chats, guys, just look for the hyper meditations that will help you accelerate. Know thyself would be really good for you, by the
For me.
way.
Okay.
So we'll go to, is it Anne? Anne? Who's next? Is it? Oh, Nicole. Oh, hey, Ann. Do you want to unmute yourself, hon?
Yes,
Hey, how you doing, hon?
I'm
Um,
great. How are you?
good. Anything special you want to work on? You get disoriented by, say, male frequencies, if that makes sense for you.
Okay.
So what that means is basically you have an opinion, but then you give your opinion away to, say, masculine type frequencies for you. You basically second guess yourself when there's men around or females who are, say, dominant over you. Anybody that's, say, dominant, or masculine, basically you kind of hide in the shadows, so to speak, and then you give your power away. Does that make sense for you, hon?
Yeah.
Okay. So take a breath in. Not a doctor or anything like that, but in your family, is there blood issues that happen for you?
Not that I know of.
Do you guys bleed easy?
Um,
Or
I'm noticing that my bruises aren't healing.
yeah, those are blood issues, sweetie.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So again, not a doctor or anything like that, but I'm just seeing that you've got like, say, thinner blood, or like if you get cut, you don't like you'll bleed more than, say, normal, let's just say, or it might take you longer to like heal. And so kind of watch out for that. Again, not a doctor, but let's go into that aspect as well. So physically, let's just help you, um, you know, find a cure, find a solution for that, whatever that might be, okay, for you. But the other version is, again, let's have you shine your light. There's something about that where you just don't, say, at some level, say, trust yourself, or you diminish your value when other people is around or when authority is around. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And this is where I don't know if you do a lot of research or study a lot or things of that nature, where you go, see, I was right. See, I was right. See, I was right. And then you basically kick yourself, go, shit, why didn't I say anything? And this has happened, like 2, 3 major times in your life where it's like it changed the course of your life in a different direction. But if you would have spoke up, if you would have did something, you would have been right on track. To- So is it time for you to stand up today, honey? Maybe that's why you're here. Is that okay
Yeah.
for you to stand up? All right.
Yes.
Do you have any questions, or is that what questions do you have?
I would like to know if you see anything health related, maybe ancestral in the intestines.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's the deal. It all goes back to what I said. Superiority, basically, or inferiority for you. Breathe in. So when you diminish your value biologically, you'll diminish your structure. And then this is where disease takes over. In love relationships and so on like that, this is where, say, your partner takes over, even if they're a nice person. Career-wise and so on, this is where money starts to enslave you. So at any level, this is the pattern. So once you stand up for yourself, sweetie, once you come to the level of knowing and understanding and not second guessing yourself, because if you look at it, you've been right, I would say over 90% of the time in those situations, but you never took action. So let's initiate that. The diseases or issues ancestral, it literally comes from, say, I don't want to say inadequate blood, but there's something going on with your blood structure. And so what happens, um, let's see. Oh, um, uh, was somebody, did they have like ruptured arteries or ruptured whatever? I'm seeing somebody.
I
Uh,
know that my dad had issues with circulation, like his, he would, his joint, I mean, his fingertips and feet would be cold a lot.
yeah. So again, those are all blood type issues for you, not
And
necessarily.
I also have really low blood pressure. I don't know if that's related.
Yep, those are all blood issues, honey.
Okay.
Uh, so breathe, so breathe in. Um, so let's figure that out. Physically, again, not a doctor or anything like that, but obviously there's, supplements out there for low blood pressure, so you can take certain supplements. I would take the natural supplements, like, prescription, because they have less side effect. Breathe in. So what we'll do today, let's get you confident enough so you start speaking up for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Because once you get confident, everything in your body, your cells go, gosh, I'm valuable. I'm worthy. Because that's another deep issue with you, is like no value. And as you age, obviously, especially women, value goes down lower. So you don't want to do that. Do you? You don't want to do
No,
that. No. Okay.
no.
So breathe in again, hon. Just notice your blood. Um, Iron, taking more iron, it doesn't seem like it'll benefit you. There's something else in there. I just can't get it. Oh, you might have too much. You might be sensitive to certain foods. Um, yeah, you might be sensitive to a certain food that's just making your blood a bit weaker, but it is a generational pattern for you though. So, what I was doing, I can't pinpoint it right away, but what I was doing for you is like you will gravitate to, you will gravitate toward something that will like help you resolve this pattern for you. Okay. Because weak blood basically leads to organ failure and all, circulation issues and all those things that, that your family goes through, basically. So if you can fix that one key component, everything else works. Okay, sweetie? That makes sense?
Should I have my blood tested?
Yeah, you can, for sure. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, I would, but go to a nutritionalist rather than, a clinic or a hospital type, something. Yeah, and maybe that could be it. You go to a nutritionalist, it's like, oh, this is what you need. And it's something easy to fix from what I'm seeing. It's like you take this supplement or you stop eating the food. It's like, oh shit, I'm good. And then you eliminate the disease. And you can continue on, say, again, eliminating disease because you don't have to age like your parents and all that. But the biggest key thing for you, Anne, is literally stepping up, and you'll get pushed to step up. When that happens for you, hon, take advantage of it. Okay?
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and that, yeah, nice job.
Okay.
We'll
Thank you, Moss.
so welcome. We'll go to, is it Rita? Hi.
Hi, how you
Uh,
doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Um,
Happy to
uh,
be here. It was amazing. I was very scared last night, and I think it's because I'm shifting, and so I was like, I don't know, but
yeah.
here I
Uh,
am.
well, you've changed so much over the years with XI, sweetie.
Yeah.
You're great. So take a breath in. All right. So
Mm.
So this is it goes deeper than just you, Rita. This is basically, everybody, I mean, from Dolores Cannon, everybody, and all the scientists, everybody has, agreed that there is a big shift in society, in human consciousness. Now, people think that, people think it's like, the deep state making the changes, world, the World Forum and all that making the change. It's not. It's consciousness coming in, making the changes. That's the real boss. So in that case, what you're doing, you're one of those pioneers, Rita, that are going into the next layer of humanity. So a lot of you so congratulations. So what that means is that there's going to be a divide, and it's not going to be of color, color, skin, ethnicity, how much money you have. We've gone through those in a very short time. If you've seen that, take a breath in, for you and everybody else. Basically, it's a divide in frequency. Okay, that's going to be the real divide, right? And then when that happens, is the ones of a certain frequency and higher, they'll move on to the new world. The other ones, they'll just like go back. They'll either die off, but anyway, they'll just like slowly disappear, and then new world begins at a deeper level. And this is why you're here, Rita. So basically, there's, say, a pool of possibilities, or the human mastermind that we call it. All possibilities of what you could be exist here. So and then everybody throws in their experiences. But I mean, throughout centuries, they've thrown in wars, they've thrown in abuse. There's so much garbage that's piled here that we can't get to the good stuff. So close your eyes, take a breath in. So imagine yourself in a supermarket. Okay, this is a supermarket of human possibilities. You can turn into anything that you want because, again, you're limitless. And then shelf after shelf after shelf, there's just like abuse patterns, distortions, all this bullshit that people go through. Okay. And basically this is where you are, Rita, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's like, why are people like this? If
Yeah.
you're asking why, you hear the news, it's like, shit, there's another choice. So you're going through the supermarket, and what you're doing is going, is like, why is shelf after shelf after shelf after shelf like this? And this is where ideas, why is God like this? Why is God giving us wars? It's like, because you asked for it. It's free will. This is what you're choosing. So it's like you go to the shop, you go shopping, people keep buying, say, crappy food. The supermarket doesn't care. The supermarket will just, it's like, oh shit, that's what's the biggest seller. Let's make more. Let's
Mhm.
make different versions of that and keep selling it. Does that make sense to you? So,
Yes.
so you're going, well, where's the good stuff?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
You're here. Exactly. That's why many of you,
Beam me up, Scotty.
yeah, it's like, okay, so there's a back room where nobody has, say, purchased the good stuff in a long time. It's a smaller room, okay? It's in the back because, again,
Okay.
nobody goes there. It's not a cellar. It's not a major cellar. It's not taking, say, prime shelf space, unfortunately. Okay. Again, that's due to free will. It's not God's issues or anything like that. I don't know why I have to tell you that. I think you're getting rid of that religious
Yeah.
patterns.
I feel a whole bunch of stuff like I've let go and I've stepped onto a white crystal square, and
Yep.
it's just like, let's just let it all go.
Yep. So you're questioning science in a good way, not because you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, shit, science has got us this far. but we need to go deeper. Humanity, whatever, religion has gotten this far, but shit, it's not doing our job. We're going backwards if we keep using that. So take a breath in, hon. So notice yourself in this big shopping mall, and you ask somebody. It's like, hey, where's the good stuff? Where's the human possibilities of our original intent? Okay, and then see where they take you. Can you see where they take you into, say, a different paradigm? Is it in the
Yeah.
same store, or do you have to leave that store?
It's a door outside of the store. It's a
Okay,
door that goes to a yeah.
it's a door that goes outside. Okay, so
Yeah.
these are the pioneers, so to speak. These are the new stores. Like, shit, I'm not shopping there anymore. So you literally are leaving, say, human consciousness. So, and you want to do that, right? I just want to
Yes,
ask
I do. Yes.
process. Okay, so breathe in. All right. So one, two. So this is where you'll go back to your parents or family and go, shit, I don't belong to them anymore. Because you don't, because they're running from the store. You'll look at people and it's like, damn, I don't belong. I don't feel human. Because you're more human than most, because again, you're running pure patterns, the original patterns, the optimal patterns, not the distorted patterns. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're good with that, right?
Yes, I am. I understand.
Yeah. Because once you go shopping there, you're never going to go back. So basically,
Right.
you've separated yourself literally from, say, human consciousness. So in this store, since less people have used it, obviously, you're going to feel very different, but very good. This is where, you again, you'll shine more. This is where
Yeah.
people gravitate towards you and go, shit, what store are you shopping at?
Mhm.
You know, sometimes people will strike at you though. It's like, hey, you shouldn't be there. Why do you think you're so good compared to us? Come back. It's like, no. So you got to make those decisions. But once you stay there, then you just keep accelerating forward. And again, it's that divide. So congratulations on. Nice
Thank you,
job.
Moss.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. All right. We'll go to Ashim, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
MOS,
By
good
the
to
way,
see
um, nice to see you. On Substack, guys, I'll do more and more concepts on, say, what the human paradigm should be. It's on XI Science, that channel, and then also the XI Human Code. Okay, so that'd be great. All right, so back to you, Ashim. How you doing, my friend?
Very
Anything
good.
special?
No, I'd like just maybe at the end I'll ask you. I'd love to see what you
Okay.
feel. Yeah.
Well, it's just seems like you've XI, exponential intelligence, has just like opened the possibilities for you. Does that make sense to you? How old are you? And then I could be more
I'm
accurate.
58.
58? Okay.
Yeah.
You look great for 58, dude. You, so let's see. All right. So you've been a searcher all your life, if that makes sense. You've like explored a lot of things. You might have tried a lot of things. I don't know if you've tried even like psychedelics and all that stuff, but
None
whatever.
of that, but everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else. Okay. All right. So you've tried a lot of things. You might have tried like, the deeper philosophies. You've tried all those things, and it's like, shit, there's still something missing. Why do I keep more and more why do I discover more and find out that there's bigger pieces missing? Does that make sense for you?
Exactly. Yeah.
So take a breath in. Um, do you get into altered states? That's why I was asking about psychedelics or plant medicines and stuff like
Um,
that.
I mean, I don't hallucinate, but I mean, like right now, my third eye is buzzing, so
Okay. Well,
yeah.
that's the frequencies. I'm opening that third eye
Yeah.
up for you to
Yeah.
expand more. So at some level, oh, grandfather, uncle, grandfather, uncle. It's either like a grandfather or great grandfather or an uncle that had uh good abilities, really nice abilities. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So your family is intuitive, knowledgeable. They
Not
could,
this, maybe my grandfather. I didn't really know.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. It seems like again you have um say deeper knowledge or deeper intuition about things. Okay. that again, not only your skin color, eye color, and all that stuff, you inherited that knowledge. So it's from that grandfather. So one thing we'll do is like you don't want to have the diseases of your grandfather or how he aged and all that stuff, right? You're doing a great job already. So let's continue on that. Let's move that out. So you basically, like the caller before, Rita, she's coming into that new paradigm. Let's put you into that new paradigm. You're kind of in it already. Let's just take you deeper. You've chosen, say, that store, that's that smaller boutique store already. You're in it, you're shopping around, but some of the old paradigms, some of the old methods of you trying to discover, and this is the key component for you. And again, this is our fine tuning people for you. Take a breath in, notice your head area, my friend. Okay, you're in a new paradigm, or you're in that new store. But then what you're observing the possibilities, you're observing it through the lens of your old self, because that's what you had to do back in the day. Get it? You were always a questioner, or it's like, okay, where's the hole in this paradigm? Does that make sense for you? Where's the problem? Okay, where's the issue? Where doesn't it make sense? So, and that's how you've gained great knowledge. But so in this case, you'll always, if that's your identity, then in a perfect system, there are no holes because it's first principle level.
Gotcha.
So, so again, instead of going, where's the holes? Where are the holes? Is like, instead of having that filter, is like, I'm in this great opportunity. How can I say apply this rather than separating you from the knowledge? Let's integrate you with that knowledge. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. And then just note, I don't know if you have hip issues or your grandfather might have had hip issues.
I
Um,
get I get stiff, I guess.
yeah, your right side, whatever that is, let's just get rid of that as well. And this is where people at your frequency level or higher XIQ, this is where, oh, you've got hip issues. You can just literally remove that pain, and it's like, shit, it disappears. Because again, that's the new human, basically what we're talking about. So breathe in, my friend. I'll be in silence for a bit because you work better that way. Let's all just take a deep breath in, be silent. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. There we go. So in this session, see, actually having you own the knowledge rather than you being an explorer and always next knowledge, next knowledge, next knowledge. So again, opening that knowledge, going deeper into that knowledge, becoming that knowledge, and then you expand into more, say, knowledge and possibilities. So you're not just expanding your mind, you're expanding your being. That makes sense for you, my friend?
I've had in the past some previous, I felt like I had mind to mind with you. I was like, you're telling me you can do XI.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You literally have so you get into that and then again, alchemy, materialization, goal setting, all those things.
that stuff. Yeah. One last question. I know it's a lot of time. I feel like I have a lot of obstacles in my work, and I'm always on the cusp of like this great. I had $1 billion business almost that crashed.
Mhm.
I get these obstacles. I get there, and then it just goes away.
Yeah, that's the holes that I was talking about. So it's like, okay, you're highly, highly successful, but it's like, what's missing? Because it's not real for you. And then it has to break down. Does that make
Uh,
sense?
yes.
So that's what I was talking about. So I didn't know the exact, experience that you had, but exactly. So nothing will feel right to you, and then you can't hold on because as soon as you go, shit, this isn't right, it'll
Yeah.
just like disappear for you. Does that make sense?
What do I do? Don't say that to myself?
No, 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 no. No, I switched it on the back end to go, oh shit, I can utilize this even if it's not right, you
Okay,
know, but
perfect.
you're in the new paradigm, so it's going to be right for you.
Okay.
Anyway, so you don't have to worry about it's like so basically you'll go, shit, this is real. This is what life is really about. You know, this is where a lot of you, again, people who've made a hell of a lot of money or a lot of success, they go, fuck, what was it worth it? It wasn't worth it. So you're that type is like shit. So you're going to get into real success. And this is where money is a reflection of you rather than a facade. So that's why you can help it. All right, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks so
Welcome.
much.
Nice job. We'll go to, is it Krista? Hi.
Hi,
How are you doing?
doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing really good. So you're the type that always will question no matter what I say. Uh, okay, so let's just get that out of that. Okay, so let's talk about the reason why. Okay, so and it's actually good for you. Okay, but sometimes take a breath in and just notice your neck. I don't know why you have. Do you have neck issues or something?
This whole side right here.
Okay, so let's get into the physicalness for you as well. So we'll do a couple things. By the way, I work on say different things because it's the level that I work at. It's not linear. It's more spatial for
Mhm.
me. So we'll work on your body, your say sexual identity for you, and then let's talk about this as well. So breathe in. So no matter anybody says, you'll always go, well, again, kind of like the last caller, like, where's the holes? You know, it's really good because I mean, you're a great researcher. You'll be great at XI because it's like, well, where's the exception to the rule? That's basically what you're asking. Okay.
Mhm.
But here's the pinch. The reason why you're asking that is the problem for you. Okay. So what you do is you ask to protect yourself and stay stable,
Mhm.
or basically your old self. Okay. So we'll talk about that. You don't ask to expand into yourself. You don't ask to go, oh, okay, this is the situation. These are the exceptions to the rule. How can I make it better so I can go forward and be a better version of myself? Okay. So some of the symptoms that you feel is like people move ahead of you faster than you kind of like cycle, if that makes sense for you.
Mhm.
Okay. So those are some of the symptoms. So breathe in. Okay. It just seems like you had a really pushy family from what I'm seeing.
My
Uh,
biological father, for sure.
okay. Let's just say very opinionated. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
Uh, and you know that opinion, especially from a masculine figure, basically
Mhm.
dominates women in your family.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at other people or other women, especially, it's just that masculine dominance. It's kind of like a wall that just, you know, by the time you hit 40 or 50,
Mhm.
the women in your family, they just like are dominated by that masculine, and they just like have no like sense of self anymore. They're
Mhm.
just kind of like numb to me, the women, by the time they hit 40 and 50. Sensually, sexually, all that stuff. They're just like, no. Does
Yeah,
that make
definitely
sense?
my grandmother. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So breathe in. So you at an early age, again, being bright, going, shit, you know what? I'm seeing this pattern. There's no way in hell I will accept that.
No.
So at a very young age, they're telling you shit, and in your mind, if you can't, it seems like you can't speak it or something either.
My literally my voice blocks. Like I cannot speak
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Right. So, but inside, you're very coherent. You're just like, you put another wall up and you go, nope, this is who I am. This is who Krista is right here. You can't move it. So
Mhm.
that's why, which is really nice, which is really fantastic. All right. So take a breath in, hon. So let's refine that tool that you've used. It's beautiful, hon. This is it'll be once you can trust, say, the source, and
Mhm.
you don't have to trust me, you just trust your higher self. So
Okay.
let's connect you to that. Okay. So breathe in. Okay. So back in the day, again, I want to say 8, 9, you know, that's when it started. It's like, shit, I'm losing myself. It's like, nope, I don't want to turn into all these other women, in my family. It's like I'm gonna just put a wall, a barricade. But you put a wall in a moment of time and space back here. How old are you now?
33.
Okay. You look a lot younger. That's one of the benefits because you're living from a 9, 10-year-old. So time literally slows down for you because,
Yeah.
again, you're barricaded here. Does that make sense? That's why things move slower. You have to work harder and so on like that. All right.
Mhm.
So take a breath in. It's an easy fix. No worries, sweetie. With people that run your patterns, honey, the awesome thing is like who you are at a deeper level. We can go deeper into that. You still feel like, say, pre-puberty, basically, which is
Mhm.
nice for you as well, because then you don't have to age like your parents, you don't have to age like society and stuff like that. We can change some of the genetics. Your bone structure feels a little soft to me. I don't know if that makes sense for you.
I've had 2 babies in 4 years and I've been breastfeeding for 4 years. So that definitely
Yeah, so your bones kind of feel,
soft. Yeah.
soft. Yeah. So one, it could be what is it, the Pitocin or whatever, that makes everything, more relaxed,
Mhm.
so but then also you didn't transition from like uh, a soft bone structure,
Mhm.
to say a solid bone structure and like a young adult bone structure. So you said you were in your 30s. Can we just set you back a little bit, like mid 20s? Can we do that? Is that okay?
Yes.
Try and get a second chance on life. It'll help you with your kids as well. Breathe in. Okay. So close your eyes, take a breath in. We'll do this. All right. So imagine that you're by this beautiful railroad track, okay? Not your normal, but just gorgeous railroad track. There's a train on there. And again, it's very elegant, very beautiful. It's called a train of time. It's very consistent here in linear time. So notice how that scenario comes through you, okay? What you did, you hit 9 years old and you go, nope, I'm getting off the train. I'm going to build my fortress right here, okay? But then that train of time kept going for you. And then basically you're always trying to pull back, go, hey, come back. I'm still here. And this is where you get really, really frustrated with yourself sometimes. No matter how successful you get or you are, it gets even worse the more success that you have with this path. Get it? It's like people at extreme levels, they're like millionaires or billionaires, and they go, at it. This is where they like their stardom, and then the next day is like, shit, is that it? Because again, they got stuck here. So close your eyes, sweetie. Okay. So instead of building a fortress in a certain moment of space and time, can we just build your fortress on the train so you move with time? And then that way time is your protector. Okay.
Mhm.
It keeps you, say, abreast with the knowledge that's there. It keeps you in tune. It keeps you protected. It keeps you in your identity. And just like the last caller, can I just push you into that higher knowledge base as well? And this is where you're iconic. You're, say, a mountain. You're not a gladiator trying to fight for your right. You're just a fucking mountain that just like, here, this is it. This is who I am. I don't change. I get better and better and better with time. Is that okay for you?
Mhm.
All right.
Yes.
So take a breath in and notice your neck, your spine, your hip area. Uh, let's kind of reset you. You still kind of feel pregnant to me. I don't know. Or like the after effects in that area. So
Mhm.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Mhm. And do you have 2 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them feels really scared to me.
Okay.
Um, so let's work on that as well because
Yes.
he just seems like he's very sensitive to everything. So
She.
yeah. So let's protect whoever that is. because that was probably like you. You're sensitive to everything, and then you go, nope. So this will help that little one go, hey, I can move along with time, not be like so stubborn, so to speak. That's okay. Um, all right. We'll move on. So you just stay in that space. We'll go to Luna. Hey, Luna, how are you, hon?
Hello, I'm doing all right, thanks. And you?
Really well. Anything special you want to work on?
I'm just happy to work whatever that you see in my energy and then go from there.
Yeah, I think in before XI, correct me if I'm wrong, you were all over the place.
Yes.
Um, yeah, you would have seen presences. I don't know if that makes sense to you, or you daydream, or you would have, say, other energies that would haunt you or take over you, all
Yeah.
that stuff. So Um, so in that case, you've literally pulled yourself into a new identity of who you are, which is really beautiful. You solidified who you are as a person. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
And this is where people might have had like ADD, ADHD, or they just can't sit still, that kind of deal where your mind is all over the place. But now you've just basically filtered it down
Okay.
and you're more solid. But so let's pull you into your body as well. And this is where you start to take command of your physical life.
Okay, that'd be great.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you've been so you came into your body, let's say you took control, but then you don't know the tools. You don't have the tools or anything to literally help you go forward.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've been feeling a little bit disorientated lately and like I'm just struggling to move forward. I'm like, I don't know, where's my future? What do I even want to work on? Like I feel odd,
yep.
just odd.
Yep, absolutely. So let's give you XI tools because
Okay.
some of the tools, cause okay, here's the deal. You look at other people in society and you go, well, I really don't want to go their path because their tools aren't working out well. So
Yeah,
you're kind of like on hold. It's like, wait a second, I don't want to go that path because that path will lead me back to, what I took, this long to get back into.
yeah.
You're starting to see a lot of people who are literally ghosts in the system, ghosts in the machine. Um, if that makes sense, you're seeing them and it's like, shit, they're robots.
Yeah, I think maybe I was also getting disoriented by that because I feel like I'm seeing so much and I'm like, oh, whoa, what's real? What am I picking up on? Is this intuition? Am I losing my mind a bit? Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're not losing your mind. Take a breath in, sweetie. You're basically seeing what you used to be,
Okay.
kind of all over the place. Now you're going, oh shit, that person's all over the place, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, what do you do, by the way? Can I ask?
I'm a doctor. I recently qualified and I'm also doing a master's at the moment, but I I've got a lot of health issues and last year I had a bit of a traumatic year, so the
Mhm.
future and what I'm doing, I just feel like I haven't been able to focus on it. It's just like I
Got it.
can't really see my future. Yeah.
So the reason why I asked, Ton, is you'd really do well with people who do have ADD, ADHD, those kind of disorders, you know? So, uh, one of the bigger things in you too, Hun, is maybe the reason why you're not going forward with being a doctor is because you would absorb all your patients' problems. That's what you did back when you were young. You
Yeah.
absorbed literally everybody's problems because you were such a helper, you were such a lover. It's like, hey, so
Mhm.
so breathe in. So let's stop all that. And like I said, let's give you an iconic identity of who you are, which means that your vessel is full. Okay. And therefore, your identity is always pouring into your vessel or into your body. Therefore, no other pollutants, other people's issues, patterns, does not work. Your idea of being a good person, all those things will shift into, say, a higher order. Okay.
Okay.
So sometimes when I say this, people might go, you might think that you're bitchy, or it's like, what the hell is wrong with her? Well, don't worry about it because again, you're protecting your space. The people around you, hon, they basically, some of them, you've done a lot. I think you've lost some friends and all that.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
they weren't really your friends. So they're just basically using you. They're just like scooping in, taking your essence. So that's
Mhm.
not being a kind person. That's just being basically a doormat, basically a soup kitchen. That's what people are. Breathe in. So I want you to know that. So in a situation, when, because you're going to get pushed, you know what a soup kitchen is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like here, they feed the hungry. Basically, you feed, how many people are out there? Literally, that's what being kindness is. Here, take my essence. Here, take next, next. If you're, again, a doctor, sweetie, it's like
Yeah.
here. And that's how you heal people. You don't want to do that. Okay. So when a situation comes in and a picture of shit, I'm in a soup kitchen, that's when you go, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. What's a better version? And you can imagine going, okay, how do I shut down this soup kitchen that I've been?
Is that also why I did develop chronic fatigue, and I wondered if it was connected with, all the people I was working with, and then also family stuff. Just there were so many energies around me. I felt like my system just collapsed. It was like, can't take it anymore. Sort of, yeah.
I actually see you pretty healthy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you might not think so, but that's a good thing. And again, not a doctor, but the reason why I see you healthy is because the diseases and issues that you have are not yours.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. You would be that person that, you went to med school, you would study diseases. You would be that person that would say initiate a disease without ever getting infected by it because you would create symptoms. You can read up on that, by the way. There's a lot of medical students, they'll read about diseases and they'll say like, shit, I have that disease. And it's like,
Yeah.
so it's like, well, no, you never got infected because this disease has been long gone, or so it's that kind of pattern. So you literally pick up, it's like, oh, that person has this issue, and that's why you became a doctor. It's like, oh, I have this issue too, and that's how you heal them. But that's not a way to do it. So again, at first you're going to feel cold. By the way, you look different already. You feel more solid to me. You're not going to be absorbing any people's issues. So be that way. Again, at first you might be cold. You might think you're a bitchy and all that thing. You're not. You're just like protecting your space. Okay. You might lash out at somebody. That's totally fine. Again, because they're invading your space, you're going, hey, soup kitchen is closed. So just always keep that in mind. Soup kitchen is closed. At night when you go to bed, it's like, how can I be my purest possible self? Okay. And then in the morning when you wake up, just ask yourself, hey, it's like, what actions can I take?
Okay. Okay.
And this will change your whole tool set on how you see people and how you handle clients. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Thank
Nice.
you.
You're welcome. We'll go to, is it Mark? Hey, Mark.
Hey, Moss, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. Anything special you want to work on, bud?
No, just scan and see what you see.
All right. So take a breath in. Again, seems like you've done XI quite a bit. You're getting to that next level. Does that make sense
Yeah.
to you?
Yes. Yep.
You're not really human, or you don't associate with humans, so to speak, normal humans. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not that you don't like them. At first, here's the stage, Mark. Take a breath in. So again, you're one of those individuals that's like, shit, the great divide is happening, and most XIers will go on to say bigger and better, say the new world, basically. So what you're doing is you're more of a pioneer, Mark, and what you're doing is like, well, shit, you know what? I need to be a more leader type. So that's what you're getting into because your
Okay.
frequency are high enough. You have a higher XIQ that you need to step into a leader role. And
Okay.
that doesn't mean you have to do anything, but your frequency has to be like congruent, where you walk into a space and it's like, oh shit, that guy, who's that guy? That kind of feel. I
Okay.
don't know. What do you do, by the way?
CPA, tax guy.
Okay, tax side. Take a breath in. Okay. So in finances, obviously, a lot of corruption, especially on Wall Street and all that stuff, Mark. So the distortions of finances, being a CPA or being, in your firm, you'll actually have a better. Do you work with clients?
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
So you'll not only help them with their finances, you'll help them like heal them kind of. So their family issues, their distortions, and that's where like their money actually goes longer, goes
Yeah.
further for them. Did that make sense for you?
Oh yeah, that makes sense because I sometimes I'll lead into conversations like that with clients, and you can tell some are a little uncomfortable because
Yeah.
they just wanted an answer for a tax question, and I see something more, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. So let's get into that where you can talk about it if they're comfortable or if they're not. Your frequency says it all, you know, at a very deep level communication versus surface level
Right.
communication. You're
Yeah.
not just their tax guy. And I think you'll actually gravitate, people will just literally gravitate for you for not just taxes, but just as like, shit, that guy makes me feel good, man. After I saw this guy, it's like they'll put things together uh, and this is where more and more clients will come to you, by the way. So,
Good.
so, and that's really cool. You go to the coffee shop or whatever it is, it's like this is where your frequencies like help people. So does all that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah, it all does make sense. Yep.
Okay. So wonderful. Breath in. How old are you?
59 or 60, I'm sorry, 60.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're aging great. I think it just seems like you've done all the XI protocol. Basically, you're not aging like your parents. You're actually
Right.
reverse aging. I think you actually feel stronger, better than ever before. If that makes sense for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You're aging different than your family. Like if you went to your, family
For
picnic,
sure.
it was like
Yeah.
shit.
Different.
Like they're old,
Yeah.
even like 20 years younger. It's like, damn, what the hell happened to them? So this is real, is and it's real feedback for you to go, damn, I'm on the right track. And then you solidify who you are, your identity more. So take a breath in. For the remaining, my friend, I'll just do a silent
Okay.
meditation with you because where we are, words don't suffice. Breathe in and notice your bone structure. Notice your spine. It's clear. Let's clear say the memories of humanity, that are, in our cells, especially in the bones. There you go. Right, my friend. I'll just keep you here. We'll go to, is it Lexi? Say bye. Uh, uh, Before we get on to Lexi, it's just amazing. I'm so proud of all you guys that have, done the work, and you're the new leaders, the new pioneers of humanity evolving it. So thanks you. All right, Lexi, anything specific for you want to work on? I mean, you're always questioning yourself.
Yeah, so my physical health is a lot better, just my mental health and like anxiety is bad.
Okay. So through XI, so basically you've recovered your physical health, which is nice. This is where doctors probably couldn't figure out a lot of things that were going on with you. Okay. So yeah. So and again, take a breath in, sweetie. Let's take you to the next stage. All right. So so a lot of issues. Again, I'm not cutting down the medical community, but they're what do they say? If you can't measure it, if you can't whatever measure it, then it's not science. Well, and then comes the world of quantum mechanics where you can't really measure, and then so the science falls apart. So anyway, so a lot of your issues, honey, wasn't your issues, by the way. So this is where XI like helps you. So um so physically you're more in your body, you're more bound, you're not like outside of your body. This is where
Mhm.
back in the day you would feel numb. You wouldn't feel anything, you'd be emotionless. Sometimes you would literally ask yourself to go, why don't I feel anything? I don't know if that makes sense for you. It's like, or why am I not happy? You know, I should be happy because of X, Y, and Z and all that stuff. How old are you, hon?
20, just turned 24.
24? Okay. Did you try to not be here or have thoughts of that concept? Of not wanting to be here? Um,
I was really depressed like last year.
okay. So maybe that's what it is. Suicide. Okay. So in your family, is there a history of like, say, not a lot of suicides, but one at least suicide recent?
Not that I'm aware of.
I just see two people that just don't want to be here in your family.
Mm.
They feel entrapped in their lives. They feel trapped in their lives. So the importance to that for you is basically as a young kid growing up, it could be your mom, it could be your father. Yeah, your father. Basically, your father feels trapped in his life. Okay. And then what happens is like you see that and it's like, shit, the solution for that, well, I don't want to be trapped. So you stepped out and you went the extreme. You went all over the place. And then you didn't know who you were. Does that make sense? And then since you stepped out of your identity or your vessel, then other people like step into you. And then your mind is not your own, or your body is not your own. Your diseases is not yours. So again, with XI, you've done a great job stepping in. Some of the stuff that you've gone through. So you said it was kind of like heavy the past, I would say 9 months ago. You've really cleaned up, and before it's and sometimes you go through that with XI. It's not that XI initiates it, it initiates that process, but it's not because of XI. Basically, you imagine this, close your eyes, take a breath in, hon. All right. So whenever you found XI, a few months after XI, you basically go, shit. Um, so okay. So imagine this, sweetie. Um, you're a wanderer, okay? There's a house for you. It's a beautiful house, but you've never been in it, literally,
Mhm.
since the age of like 1 or 2, I would say. And then other people have kind of taken over that house. So with XI, close your eyes, breath in, notice your sternum bone. With XI, basically, it's like, you know what? I need to take back that house. That house is mine. So you walk in, and this is what happened to you about a year ago. You walk in and you go, holy shit, nobody's taking care of this house. What the hell? They should have at least have a respect for the house if they're going to live in it. And this is what you were going through. So, and again, in the past, you didn't have a lot of respect for yourself. Okay. Now you do. Does that make sense to you? You take care of yourself and so on like that, right? You don't destroy yourself or you don't harm yourself. Uh, So you've come into this house, you're cleaning up, you've done a great job cleaning it up in a very short time. People would take decades, you know, if not more. They'd be going to therapy and all that stuff for years and not even get a smidge. You've cleaned everything out of the house. You've literally painted the house. And now you're basically here to go, shit, I want new furnishings. I want those furnishings that resonate with me. And this is where physically you might change, the way you look, the way you dress, your identity around you, your environment, all that stuff will probably change after this session. And that's okay because that's the new you. Okay. This is where you start to go, gosh, this is really me. And this is where you start to own yourself. And as you own yourself, okay, at a frequency level, Um, Emotionally, you'll calm down. You'll actually be really happy. Sometimes you'll just like giggle just for the hell of it. You're just happy. A lot of people mistake happiness for pleasure. You know, in the past, you were basically seeking pleasure, which is just momentary. You know, this is going to cause me pleasure. This is going to cause me happy, short-term pleasure, basically. Short-term happiness, that's what pleasure is. That's what most people seek nowadays. So this is where it's going to be a little very different for you, Lexi, where you go, shit, I'm just happy. Don't feel guilty about being happy. Don't feel, it sounds weird, but it's like, why am I just happy? There's nothing happening. Why am I just happy? Because you're moving away from pleasure into happiness. Okay. So take a breath in and you're okay with that, right?
Yes.
All right. So just notice your brain. Well, let's just elevate that a bit as well. And then also open up the door of possibilities for you that have been shut. Seems like there's been possibilities, but it always shuts on you from what I'm saying. So let's, which is which is good, but let's open up that door for you of good possibilities. So it's like good, better, better, best, those kind of possibilities. One, two, three, four. And seems like sugars aren't good for you. Genetically modified sugars. So I would literally stay away. You're going to stay automatically away from that anyway, because again, you're going to be taking care of yourself. So, and then that'll help your nervous system kind of like settle down as well. Okay, sweetie, nice job. Welcome, welcome back. We'll go to Hannah. Hey, Hannah.
Hey Masati, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing, hon? Anything special you want to work on?
Whatever you see. I'm letting go of a lot right now, so
Yeah. I don't know how long you've done XI, but you've finally gotten to the point where you were kind of digging your heels, although you're still doing XI, if that makes sense to you. Um, so you didn't really want to change, or you had questions, if that makes sense for you. Let's see. I'll put it another way. Take a breath in, huh? You know how back in the day, let's just say people would consider you stubborn a bit. Does that make sense? Is that
yeah.
fair to say? Okay.
Hmm.
So again, just like I don't know if you were there, but the previous caller, there's stubbornness is there for a reason. Okay. Stubbornness is basically has kept you safe so you don't get destroyed when you're a younger kid. Stubbornness has helped you, stubbornness has helped you stay who you are.
Hmm.
Okay, when you were younger. Does that make sense to you? Because you didn't want to morph into the family. You'd be considered the black sheep of the family or an outsider to the family. But the problem with that, honey, and again, it was a great tool back in the day, but now it's a tool it's outdated. So let's give you a new tool that works better for you. Because in this case, Hannah, you're always an outsider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it? Even in your intimate relationships, you feel like an outsider. Do you have kids or no? I don't think you do,
No.
but okay.
Mm-mm.
If you had kids, you'd be an outsider. You know what I mean? You'd be that outside parent. Again, in relationships, you're an outsider. In group settings, you're an outsider. So that's the cause of that. It was a protective space. Now it kind of limits you. So let's just flip that around. It's literally a simple switch. And what you're going through is again, so that's what I'm talking about. You've held on to this identity of who you are, but that identity, Hannah, was from a long time ago. It
Yeah.
doesn't expand you, it doesn't grow with you. So what you've done in a very short time, and that's what the intensity that you're going through, because again, most people don't do this in a lifetime. Breathe in, sweetie. And just notice your rib cage. You're basically starting to let go of the armor that you've used to protect yourself. Okay.
Hmm.
That armor was ideas, concepts, belief systems, and so on that might have worked back in the day, but they don't work anymore. So let's put you into, say, a really flexible suit. You know, it's kind of like a Kevlar suit that's like it protects you. Does that make sense? You're more dynamic. You're not like God, you know what I mean? The big clunky metal suits that people used to wear, the suit of armor, basically.
Yeah.
That's a little outdated. So, so what you've done is like, hey, let's remove the armor. Let's get into this, say, bioflexible, say, frequency suit that will protect me. And then as you come into a group, which is really cool, you turn into you've got strong leadership qualities, propensity for you.
Yeah, you've said that to me before that I don't know how to lead and I need to study leaders.
Got it. Okay, so it comes in. You've done a great job opening that up. That's why I'm seeing, because I don't remember. I work on so many people.
Yeah.
Take a breath in. All right. So most great leaders, they come great leaders because they've been an observer a lot of their lives. So they observe people. Okay. So now it's time for you to step into that leadership role. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. Well, let's just push you in. Breathe in. Notice your lower back. Okay. All right. So, breathing again. So one, you've let go of a lot of distortions, which is really good. It's pretty intense because that armor also held you up. Now you're standing on your own feet, which is really great. You're standing of your own integrity, if that makes sense. You're not like protecting yourself from knowledge, um, belief systems, or anything like that, like a lot of people do.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So a lot of my relationships have been like topsy-turvy in the last week, 2 weeks, and then I've been having these crazy panic attacks when I drive. And I'm wondering if they're connected.
Yeah. So your relationships, your true self is resonating. Okay. You're allowing yourself to be you. That makes the relationships topsy-turvy. From the person's point of view, it's like, well, who the hell is she? I thought she was like this, but now she's showing a very different color. Okay.
Is that a
Uh,
good thing that they're like
well,
blowing up, I guess?
yeah, because again, those relationships were based on the old version of you, not the new version. Some people will love the new version of you. It's like, God, that's the version that I've always seen in you, and they'll embrace you. Some people go, what the hell? I can't use her anymore. I can't attack her anymore. So you don't want relationships anyway, hon. So the panic attack is your identity, your new identity coming in. Right. So just be careful, panic attacks. When you do have a panic attack breathe in, and we'll use those panic attacks. Basically, panic attacks in your case is basically stepping into the new version of you. So it's going from backstage to on stage. That's what you're feeling. So
I'm
you're
scared.
getting into that leadership and you're a little scared.
Yeah.
So you get those panic attacks, take a breath in and go, gosh, I'm going into that vortex of leadership even faster. How can I stabilize as I go through it? So you ask yourself, how can you stabilize? And you literally will shed layers and layers and layers away very quickly. This is what I teach, CEOs and so on the business paradigm. But yeah, so you're getting into that space, and you literally the panic attack is like a wormhole from one version of you to the other. So it's really quick. So we'll use that as again the proper way, not a distorted way. Okay. So whatever you're going through, hon, just go, yep, that's what I'm going through. How can I make it the best possible version of myself? Okay, sweetie. And then you'll get into that leadership role. As a leader, honey, things will show up for you. You have to take action. You have to speak up and so on like that. And you go, shit, I did really well.
Thank you.
So welcome, hon. We'll go to Thomas. Hey, Thomas, how's it going?
Hey, Moss, doing well.
Awesome.
I've been with you about 2 years and just want to update on my progression.
You are a questioner, Thomas? If that makes sense?
Yeah. Yes.
I wouldn't say you're a conspiracy theory, but you look into the cracks and so on of all those things. Does that make sense to you? You just
Yeah.
want logic. You don't want the bullshit. You just want straight logic. Okay. So that's why, somebody says something to you and go, doesn't resonate with me. And you might not know why. So there's a couple things that are fantastic about you, Thomas. I mean, more than a couple, but the highlights for you. Take a breath in, and let's change the way you age as well. I don't know why that shows up. Oh, did somebody die around you recently in the past couple of years?
No.
Is somebody sick or ill around you?
Maybe my mother about 3 years ago.
Did she pass away?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
She's still around, let's just say. Okay, so let's help her say move on. And again, there's a lot of science behind that that I won't get into just because of time. So take a breath in. Okay. There we go. Okay, so a couple things. We're going to do a lot of work here in the 5 minutes, buddy, on you. You're really, really ready. So in the past, you would, again, you resonate with, say, a frequency truth. You'd pick up, say, even when you're a kid, your mom or dad or whoever would say something, and it's like, shit, they're lying. So basically you're a lie detector. Simple. Okay, let's just put it that way. All right. So as you grow up, you go, shit, that's not right. That's not right. Why is religion this way? Why is politics this way? Why are they telling me to do this? If it's not right for you. So you, again, all your life is like shit. And then the thing is like you have to do what society tells you to do to survive, but you're always like questioning that kind of deal. Okay. So, and then you found XI, fast forward, and then you go, shit, this really works. This works at all levels. It's true at all levels, not just surface levels or symptomatic levels. It's true at all levels. So in this case, can I take you to even deeper levels? Right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because that's what you're searching for, especially as we age, especially in this time. Take a breath in. It'll feel like you're in altered states. I don't know if you've done plant medicines or psychedelics or whatever back in the day or even now. Either way, it'll feel like you're in altered states. So you'll feel like you're a bit high off and on. You might even feel that later today or even now. So because you're moving, so this is your surface level, and then there's all these states, and you stop here, but then I'm going to push you into almost twice that because you can handle it.
Yeah.
So it'll fuck you up just a bit, but then you go, shit, this is really cool.
Okay.
Have you done any psychedelics or plant medicines or anything like that?
No, not really. Maybe when I was in high school and stuff, we did some, but I go out in nature a lot and observe and stop thinking and try to connect to the signal.
Got it.
And I'm a holistic physician, and I've found it's increased my abilities to help heal people themselves.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Breathe in. Okay, so whatever you did, I see you just getting into altered states. You getting into altered states in nature, that's the best high ever. So we'll use that to again get you into altered states. So that's what I was getting to. A lot of people, again, fantastic. That's another beautiful quality is like, hey, I can just be in nature and get into altered states. I don't need psychedelics or plant medicines, which is beautiful. Breathe in. Notice your spine. There we go. A lot of things opened up to you around 10, 11, or 12. There was just a knowing that guided you. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
I don't know the experience. I'm not a psychic. I see algorithms for you. So whatever, it could have been a death of something or a real death, but whatever it is, it's like, I don't know, the veil was lifted around that. And that set your, say, trajectory. Does that make sense for you? Okay. So let's get you into that altered state and push you deeper but safer for you. Breath in. Okay. Um, ah, okay. Let's also help move your mother. So what that means to you is when I see your hip structure, that area, that midsection feels like your mom to me. I mean, I don't see you on camera, but frequency wise. Um, so, so again, and since you're a doctor, this is really good because it'll help your clients as well. Because you're resonating at a higher frequency, which is where true healing happens. So what'll happen for you is that, so she, she passes away, and then her genetics basically magnifying you, simply, because she's not supporting herself, so to speak. So people who have her genetic. So in your case, when she moves on or say disconnects from this realm, unplugs, her genetics disappear. So you don't age like her. You don't have the same, you don't have to have the same hip problems like her, so on like that. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah. Mhm.
So you just release all that, and then you become more of you, and then a
Right.
pure version of all that. So, and all those things, literally, you're really bright, buddy, and it'll just like boom, you get, how you get downloaded with things, and it's like, oh shit, and it's just like massive amounts of data, and it just takes you a little bit. Well, you're gonna get downloaded huge amounts of data in a very short time. Just allow it to say permeate in you, and then you become the knowledge. So really impressed, buddy. Nice job.
Great. Thank you very much, Moss.
So welcome. Thank you. Uh, hi. Who is it? Um, how's it going, City? How are you doing?
Hello, Marcy. I'm good.
Good.
I just have little concerns about the health issues that I'm having, especially on my left side and my legs. I have sciatica and I had fracture and there's numbness. I
Okay.
don't know what's going on with my whole waist down with my bones.
Yeah, I see your bone structure issues. So take a breath in, sweetie. Okay. So do you look like somebody, like your aunt or somebody like that, or your grandma?
Uh, I was told that I look a lot like my mom. I don't
Okay.
know about my grandmas. I haven't met them.
Yeah. Is your mom still around, huh?
No, she crossed away 25 years back, but you did help her like 10 years back. You helped her cross away. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
got it.
cross over.
Okay. And since then, sweetie, like your aunt or somebody like that hasn't passed over?
I mean, her sisters and her brother passed in the last few years, 3, 4 years, and her one brother and sister, they are very old.
Yep. Okay. So take a breath in, hon. So you have a propensity, sweetie, of holding on to people who are dying, or basically they hold on to you. That makes sense for you. So a while back, again, cleaning your mother. That's why I don't see her. But like in the past years, again, your aunt, so whoever it is, I see 2 or 3 people basically around you. So basically, they leave their body, right? And again, there's a lot of science behind that. They leave their body, their consciousness literally disconnects, their body disappears, right? Or decays in time and space, but then that consciousness is like an open wire. It's an open port. Unfortunately, you connect to that port, and then their diseases become your diseases. Get it?
Uh,
If
yeah,
you,
I want to stop that.
yeah. If you were a healthcare worker, you worked in the hospital, hon,
Mhm.
people die in the hospital, you would just get random diseases on how they died. So, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I don't know why I have that, but I just want to stop it completely.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're in the right place to understand why. Uh, so this is where you walk into a room and it's a really sad room. You walk out and you go, shit, I don't know why I'm so sad.
Yeah. I do feel a lot of, pain of others. I try mentally because I'm aware now. Mentally, I tried, but I think I don't know how to disconnect frequency wise.
Yep. So through the process of XI, it might have taken you a little slower. Again, that's totally fine. You know, it's just your speed. And again, the reason why I say that, hon, well, now that you can trust, say, the process, you can go much faster. Okay. Sometimes what we do, or people that run your programs, you want to be assured that the next space is clear for you. There's no other, say, presences or whatever. So you step into it and it's clear. So again, so it takes you a little while. It's like, okay, is this clear for me? Can I get a guarantee before you step into the next version? Get it? Or before you step into the next decision or whatever it is. So in this case, present moment time works only in the present. So if you're solid here, you just know that the next step that you go forward is going to be okay for you. And that just makes you go in time. Otherwise, you feel like your life slips away because you're not moving in time. Does that make sense? Especially as you age. Okay. So breathe in, close your eyes. We'll run you through, and others as well watching. Breathe in. Okay. All right. So imagine that you're stepping on these blocks. Okay, these squares that just show up. Kind of like, I don't know if you know Billie Jean, you know, Michael Jackson. Did you see that video? He steps into the next block, it lights up. He next steps into the next block, it lights up, and so on like that. Okay. All right. So in that scenario, you know, Michael, he steps in, he just knows that the next block is going to steps into it. Okay. So can you imagine that? Okay. He just knows it's like shit. He's like, damn. He goes into the next block. And wherever he goes, it lights up automatically for him. You basically go, that block needs to light up before I step into it.
Yes.
Like you're waiting, and it's just not. It you know it stops everything. That's why you feel life kind of stagnant. So
Yes.
always out of time. So let's push you into going, hey, so you'll feel like you're getting pushed, by the way, okay, by life, but that's where you should be. Or you'll get pulled into a direction. You basically, something like an opportunity will come up and you go, shit, I can't go do that. I don't have the money. And when that opportunity shows up, sweetie, take it. Okay. It's not blind. It's just like literally, you're basically, your higher self is going, does she trust us enough to make that opportunity work? So you might go, God, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to do this. No, just take it and you'll go, damn, I had a good time. So then you can start to learn how to trust who you are, right? So take a breath in again, hon. And then what I was doing, hon, while we were talking, just removing all the stuff that's not yours. You've done a great job of finding, and again, through what you've done with XI, what you've done is you've taken all the good pieces of your mom and whoever, created you, and now you have excess pieces, parts of other people, your aunt and all that stuff that kind of grabbed onto you. Just removing all that so you will feel like you and you'll feel really whole. Okay. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
And again, I would look at the YouTube comments, and there'd be hyper meditations and all that for you as well. All right, sweetie. So
Thank
how are you
you.
feeling right now, though? Do you feel singular?
Yeah, I feel more solid.
Yeah. And what I was saying, as we move on, the diseases that you have are literally your aunts, your parents, and so on like that. This is where you go, shit, I don't need that disease. And you'll find solutions, cure-alls for that. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, hon. We'll move on to Lynn. Is it Lindsay? Linda? Hi.
Hi, Mas. It's Lindsay.
Lindsay, how are you doing, hon?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I've done so much letting go since starting XI work. I've done the 10 days and I'm in the XI woman, and I feel like a brand new woman. And that's like, it's exciting to me. And I'm just like feeling like I'm just getting started with life right now. I feel brand new. So
Yes.
I would love to see what you see.
Yeah, when I see you, Lindsay, it's just like you're just like your frequencies are just like you're like a very, very bright light bulb, which is nice, because in the back in the day, maybe Lindsay, you just basically poured your energy out and then you'd go drain. You'd be drained. It's like, what the hell? What happened? And then you would
Yeah.
take time to recover and stuff like that. A lot of, people that run your patterns do. A lot of spiritual people do that as well. So take a breath in. So what you've done is like, wait a second, I can just shine my light. I don't care. I can just shine my light. People who want to hang out with me, they can, benefit from the glow. You're not reducing your essence. And that's where you're so energetic, so to speak. Okay. So
Mhm.
back in the day, Lindsay, you cleaned yourself up. Imagine that you wanted to do a marathon, but you never worked out. You stayed on the couch. You never had, say, the proper discipline and all that. So XI basically trained you. Now you're a solid, say, athlete, an XI athlete. And it's like, now what is life there for? So this is going to be fantastic. So let's open you up to possibilities. Is that okay for you?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
All right. So at first, Lindsay, there's going to be so many possibilities that are going to come at you.
I
Be
feel
aware
it
of,
already.
yeah. So breathe in. Notice your left side, this whole side for you. Pay attention to that left side. Okay. Yeah. So at first, the reason why is like, I'm not here to put filters on you or anything like that. I just open the floodgates of possibilities. You'll have negative possibilities, you'll have great possibilities, either or. And then you just become an observer of all possibilities. You don't make a decision. Okay. You become an observer. Breathe in, notice that left side. And then as you become an observer, at a higher level, you'll start creating filters on what's good and what's not. This is, again, you're brand new. This is what we do when we're young. We filter things out to create our reality. Get it? So basically, that filter is removed in this session, and you basically will feel like a young kid, which is beautiful on you. So,
I do feel like that. It's when it comes to like my business and career, I'm just so excited that I actually have this like stop start pattern that I'm not actually moving forward with anything because all I see is possibility and I'm just so excited, but I'm not getting anything
okay.
done.
So we're paralleling the same thing. So you're seeing possibilities, you're not getting anything done because if you did get something done, it'd be the old version of Lindsay, not the new version of Lindsay. So if you just become
Yeah.
an observer, the new filters will come in for you.
Okay.
Okay. And then you'll literally automatically get guided into what to do. You still have to do whatever you have to do, but again, you get guided. So this is like higher rank decision making rather than, surface level decision making. And the cool thing about you, or people that get into this level, is that when you make a decision here, you manifest the things that make that decision real. Got it? Most successful people, they make a decision at the surface level, and then they have to put in all the missing pieces on their own. And this is where they burn out. So for you, it's like, shit, how did that happen? Oh, I need this. And it just shows up for you. It's like magical, but it's really not. So take a breath in. The biggest thing for you, hon, is for you especially, if the left side of you gets pained, okay, so I'll give you an example. It's like, hey, let's go to dinner. Okay, let's go to your favorite restaurant. And then for some reason, the left side is really painful for you. Basically, if you go into that situation, you're gonna go from the previous version. Does that make sense for you? So you're going to go to that restaurant and the person or the situation that's happening will pull you into your old version of who you are because you're not quite stabilized. That's why it pains you. Okay. It's not about not going to the restaurant. Okay. Unless it's really painful. But basically, what you want to ask is like, oh, I'll go to the restaurant, but I want to be the new version of myself. Because sometimes when you connect with older people or your family, you have a tendency to get sucked back into the old, how they treat you is my
Yeah. I feel like the new version of me is either really attracting people, like I walk into a room or a grocery store and like people are attracted to me, or I'm repelling people like just as powerfully. And that's like,
perfect.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this will help you even more go because sometimes we don't know, and it's not the situation. I just want to separate. It's not the situation that you're getting into, but it's
Mhm.
like you're going to get into a situation and you're going to get pulled into your old self. Okay. If it's painful, but if it feels really good, you'll feel like literally somebody's pushing you to the right and that's like, yeah, go for it, girl, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it fine. So if
Okay.
those situations happen, jump into that for sure, but the ones that pain you, go, okay, yeah, I want to go to my favorite restaurant, but how can I do it in the new version of me? And then
And how
this
can
is,
I do it in the new version of me? When I feel that,
yeah, yeah, when you feel the pain, you don't want to go, oh, I'm not going to go to the restaurant. It's not about that. It's not about the actions that you're doing. Basically, you're going, oh, yeah, I want to go to the restaurant, but how can I be my new version in this situation? Okay.
okay.
It's probably like an old situation. Again, that'll pull you back into old paradigms. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It does. I went to a family barbecue yesterday and like I could feel what you're talking about. And I was really aware of how I needed to show up to stay true to the new version of me.
Exactly, because they're literally like pulling you, they're dragging you, come this way, and you're going,
Yeah.
no, no. So you always go, nope, I don't want that. What's the better version of me that's going to go into that situation? Nice job,
Okay.
sweetie. And
Thank you
being
so
a,
much.
you're so welcome. The biggest thing, be an observer, and you literally see things that won't work out for you, filter away, and just one choice that is, and it's obvious for you. Okay, nice job.
Okay. Thank you.
So welcome, huh? Hey, we'll go to Elizabeth. Hey, honey, how are you?
Hi, Moss. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Wow, you feel really free to me, sweetie.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
you feel like you literally broke out of your cage that you've been in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So
how I've been feeling. Yeah.
wonderful. Anything special you want to work on?
Well, relationships wise, I feel like I overgive myself,
And
and
yep,
yeah, and especially when my passions, I feel like I overwork myself too. So I don't know if you could look into that.
yeah. Take a breath in, hon. I'm really happy for you, sweetie. All right. Breathe in. Notice your lower ribs. And let's change how you age as well, if you don't mind, because you're on a roll as well. I've helped others as well, but um you let's see, how old are you, hon?
I'm 19.
Yeah, perfect. Does your family, does their back start to curve as they age?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Especially, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that, do you?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you
No.
don't want to lose your body shape and all that as you age.
No.
Uh, In your family, they seem like they get older faster with each generation.
On both sides? Or
I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, they get older. So you don't want any of that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so, so you, so for you, observe how they age,
Okay.
and you'll
All
go,
right.
shit, I don't want to be that. You're 19. That's perfect.
Yeah.
This is where you can decide on, again, your genetic makeup and so on like that. Other people have, you can too. So breathe in. So in the past, hun, you basically would imprison yourself. It's not that you would do it upon you. You were just like taught to do that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
But again, when you were younger, you'd always questions like, why, why? And then it's like, well, because we told you, or because that's how school is, or because
Yeah,
that's what.
especially my dad when I was I'm in El Salvador right now, and when I was back in the States, he would tell me that I need to do this, I need to study, and you need to do this, but I've kind of broken away from that. So, yeah.
And the key is it's not about studying. It's basically people who, so the Chinese are terrible at this. It's like you got to study to be successful. And those kids, they study and they become imprisoned by their success. So they
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? It's that kind of pattern in you. Okay.
Yeah.
No offense to your skin color, basically that just yells out imprisonment. So
Yeah. Yeah.
can we get rid of all that for you? Okay. Take the beauty of your culture, okay, not the distortions of the culture. And Chinese, Spanish, Middle Eastern, whatever it is, there's always that distortion. Again, for you, the skin color, let's just get rid of that. And
Okay.
what's happening is like people look at you and go, damn, you know what ethnicity are you, what culture are you? And it's like, well, what do you mean? They won't look at you. They'll get confused on who you are, which is
Mhm.
nice. Right? Because that allows you freedom. Because when people look at you, they have this dialogue of, oh, she's this.
Yeah.
Get it? Because of your skin
Yeah.
color. So,
Mhm.
so that gets moved out of the way. Is that okay for you? And then other people watching? Oh,
Definitely.
okay.
Mhm.
So take a breath in. The next thing is your dad had good intent, study, but the reason why is because if you don't study, you're going to be imprisoned. You're going to be held back. So that's the underlying purpose, and that's why. So relationships imprison you. Get it? Study imprisons you. Whatever you do imprisons you. Um, Breathe in. Are you still there, hon? Or oh, I think you froze. Uh-oh. Um, Still there, sweetie? Mm. Oh, there you are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What were you saying?
Okay. So did you hear what I said or no?
No, I didn't.
So basically, so you heard about the skin color, getting
Yeah.
rid of the distortions of that. Okay.
Mm.
So all judgment about that and so on like that. You heard about, your study imprisons you. So your dad had good intent.
Mm.
Again,
Yeah.
purpose was to make you successful, but in that case, again, just like the Chinese, it imprisons you. Relationships imprison you. Anything that's beneficial will imprison you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, which is kind of crazy because it's like, well, it should set me free. But over time, like love basically imprisons you. Get it? The more you fall in love, the more you'll feel imprisoned by that person, and then you have
Yeah.
to escape. So everything is literally an escape for you. A good career turns into a prison for you. So again, it's not the career, it's not so let's remove the relationship patterns, not just relate, but the relationship on what you have between you and wealth, or again, wealth meaning money, love, health, all that. So anything good for you imprisons you. Simple. Can we just delete that? Oh, she froze again. Let's just delete that for her and then for you, although she might not.
Good.
Okay. So what I'm doing, sweetie, and then we'll move on, is I'm just going to rewrite that equation for you. So abundance does not equal imprisonment.
Okay.
Abundance equals, say, expansion and
Okay.
possibility for me.
All right.
Is that okay for you?
Yeah,
All right.
that's good. That's great.
All right, so breathe in, notice your spine, especially your lower spine, and we'll get rid of the distorted disease patterns of your family. Since you're young, it's so easy to, just rewire for you. So, you're going to feel imprisoned for just a bit, just
Okay.
because, just because. So when you feel that way, it's like, oh, good. Now I can walk out of this because you're actually going to see the pattern that has imprisoned you. Okay. So,
Okay.
and then you go, oh, I'm seeing what's imprisoned me. How can I walk out of it? And you'll feel like you're literally walking out of this cage. And then once you walk out, you can't walk back in. That's free will. So don't walk. Just once you feel that, you just go, oh, I need to get out, no matter what
Okay.
it is. How do I get
Yeah.
out? Okay. I want to get out. How do I get out? And then you'll feel like, oh shit, it's like an altered state, and you'll feel free.
Okay.
Things will
All right.
just like change for you. Nice
All right.
job.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
so we'll go to Sue. Hey, Sue. You'd have to unmute. Hon.
Hi, Moss.
Hey, hon, how are you?
Great.
Awesome. Anything special? I mean, you've
A general reading is great, and also I'm looking to like launch as a healer, holistic energy frequency healer, whether in my home or but I don't take the action because it would always be the old version of me. I'm like constantly going into the new version, so I don't really do anything.
Yeah. So take a breath in. You're really ready. So I think back in the day, if you were a healer, whatever healer, healing mastery, by the way, would be really good for you if you haven't taken it. It'll help you, set the identity of who you are. For you, basically, with XI, you've let go of the old spiritual kind person, all that mushy, gooey love and light type stuff, if that makes sense to you, and you put like logistics and science to it, which is really beautiful. So it makes sense for you at any level, not just at a spiritual level. Get it? So you're really ready to go out there. Let's just solidify you a bit more. If you don't mind,
Yeah.
breathe in. You've really changed what a nice person definition is. In the past, basically a nice person is like I said, the soup kitchen, basically it's like here, you know. But your niceness, your kindness went even a bit deeper. It's like, here, rub your emotionally dirty shoes on me. That kind of situation for you, if that makes sense for you. So you'd get used and abused. So I hate to say it, back in the day. Okay. Um, so you've
And then
eliminated
and then attacked.
and attacked. Yeah, exactly. Because you're not, they'll blame you for what you couldn't do for them, or what, so
For
anyway.
feeling their own inadequacy and not right. And then, but I'm not in a position to heal them yet.
Yeah. So in this situation, you've done a great job removing that. Let's make it more distinct for you, especially if you're going to get into helping other people, where you don't get connected and then you don't get used and abused. Okay. So again, I can say the programming changes for you, the frequency changes, but then you would have to go, yep, this is the frequency that I want. Okay. So on the back end, we'll do the frequency side. I just want to talk to you about the psychology on what you're going to go through. Okay. Especially if you're going to have people, work on people. All right. So, or even if it's friends, loved ones, or, the guy serving you coffee, breath in, sweetie. Notice your shoulders, your spine. Let's get you, I mean, you're beautiful. Let's keep you staying beautiful as well. Yep. This is like a second chance on life for you. My goodness, that's awesome. So a lot of things. How old are you? Can I ask? Do you mind?
62.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So you'll feel like 52, although you might feel a little older initially, because your cell identity is basically going to be a 52-year-old. So you're going to look in the mirror and go, shit, I'm old. That's because your new reference point is 52, and then you're going, well, what the hell am I doing looking like 62? Okay. So, and then this is where your cells regenerate into like a 52-year-old. So, and this is where you look more beautiful. So breathe in, sweetie. Okay. The other aspect that I want to talk to you about. Wow, you're really ready to change this. It's like, do this, do this, do this. So I'm doing a lot of things that I won't discuss here just because of time. The biggest thing for you is that you'll get an opportunity, kind of like the last caller, I think, with the left shoulder. So let's see if we can set up process for you. Okay. Breath in. Okay. All right. So you'll get into a situation or you'll see a client and then, the old identity of being kind and all that stuff, being walked on, that pattern that, you deleted a long time ago. Um, your mom feels like a victim type, poor me type frequency. Anyway, so that you're deleting all that stuff, and how you're aging from her. All right, so breathe in again. So for you, let's see, there's just so many things I'm working on for you. For you, what you'll feel, yeah, it's the new you. For you, what you'll feel is that there you go. This is the new you coming in. I don't know if you can experience it, feel it. There you go. Yeah. Others might feel it as well. Not her, but the new you. There we go. Okay. Can you feel that? This is the new you. Okay. It doesn't, you, obviously you're beautiful, but the new you resonates differently. So you might not like yourself or anything like that. Again, don't worry about that. Just go, oh, good. My old self is leaving. What is the new self going to look like? Okay. All right. So notice this feeling. Okay. Notice the completeness all the way through, especially in the groin area, because I think you've been taken advantage of back in the day as well. So, yeah. So resetting that for you as well. Breath in. Okay. All right. So you're working with clients, and then you'll feel a hollowness or emptiness, especially in the groin area or in the womb area. Okay. Whenever you start to feel that, that's basically you losing yourself from the old pattern. So whenever you feel that, no matter who it is, no matter who you love, whatever it is, go, nope, nobody can take that away from me anymore. Okay. And then you go, this is you keep your identity as you. So again, the key is in situations whenever you feel like your groin area is getting pulled out of you, you're basically losing your essence. You're basically losing your nurturing identity. You're giving that away. Okay. Basically, in your family, the women sacrificed in that sense. So you don't have to do that. So you ask yourself, it's like, oh, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. What's a better way of doing it? What's a better way where I can still help them and still keep my, say, femininity or my presence? And in a short time, you'll solidify it where it just becomes second nature. But because of free will, I can't just like force that on you. You have to say, um, confirm that you want this new presence that you are. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, nice job. We'll move on. We'll go to Garrett. Hey, Garrett, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Moss. I'm okay.
Notice the back of your head. Anything special you want to work on?
If you can install Iconic Man frequency
Okay.
and love relationships, and my uncle just passed away, so I want to make sure I'm not connected to any of that.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what I'm seeing. Your uncle in you. So let's get rid of that. Oh, well, actually, Garrett, what you're doing is actually good. Take a breath in, buddy. Your uncle passed away, so whatever genetics that you inherited from, that side of the family, did he have dementia or something like that? He just wasn't
My
here.
grandma has dementia. He was kind of like schizo.
Okay, got
My
it.
grandma's still alive though, his mom.
His mom, yeah. So,
But
got it.
that's my mom's side of the family has all kind mental, so I want to make sure I'm disconnected to all of that.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what I'm picking up from you. Since your uncle passed away, um, I mean, passed away. Let's take advantage of that, opportunity because that's what we're supposed to do. When people pass away, they take away their distortions and leave the blessings of what they came here for. So in your case, that's what's happening. So dementia, things of that nature, you don't want to age like that, do you? Having dementia,
No, definitely not.
just double checking. All right, so let's remove that since it's showing up. for you. And then it's your choice to keep it or not.
No.
All right. So the next thing, you've actually become really, before shit, women would just take advantage of you, buddy. Like,
Yep.
way well. All right. And then the crazy thing about it is like people that run your patterns, buddy, guys that would run your patterns, they'd go towards like an Andrew Tate and then become really oppressive or aggressive towards women and stuff like that. Which is, again, it doesn't really work out well. So they go from one extreme to the other. So in your case, what you've done, take a breath in, and this is what you're asking. You are already, say, you are already finding the solution because what you're seeking is like, hey, I want to become an iconic man, an XI man, basically.
Yeah.
So that possibility is like, okay, I know where I am. So that's where you are. And you go, oh, I want to be in this dimension of space and time. I want to be that iconic man. So you've already, with XI, you've already, got the gears going. So take a breath in, my friend. All right. Listening to XI Woman would be really good. It'll tell you what women want, what women are about, so on like that. If you guys, really fantastic. In the near future, once I get time, we'll just start doing the XI Man series for you. But until then, breathe in. So you know where you are. So notice where you are. Okay, point A. All right. So in your field, because again, this is all about dimensional. It's not mindset or anything. It's about dimensional goal setting. So notice where the iconic man frequency is for you. And you can tell me, or you don't have to tell me, but where is it? So notice
Feel
where
like
you
it's
are.
to the left.
It's to the left.
Yeah.
Okay, to the left. Okay, to the left of you. All right. So, so let's make that. And the reason why I asked, Garrett, is literally the idea of an iconic man is on your idea of an iconic man is based on maybe like the Andrew Tate type deal, the guys who were aggressive, back in the day, the adventurers, the heroes in those movies and stuff like that. But then they were all damaged. Andrew Tate is damaged. Again, I love the guy. He's got great knowledge, but a little fucked up. Okay. And again, very distorted in his thing. So in that case, you're kind of going through creating an iconic man from, again, media and in history. Get it? So
Yeah.
let's switch you over to the right side for you. So notice where you are. Take a breath in. You want to go a certain direction. Okay. And this is what you'll feel, Garrett. Frequency wise, I've got you handled. Psychology, I'll help you out. Breathe in. Okay. Whenever you get pulled to the left, whenever you get pulled to the left, you're basically you're getting pulled into an old paradigm or an old value system of what an iconic man is. Okay, you've got the right idea that's open for you, but let's filter out the distortions of the man, the distorted men. So this is where you'll study, cool men, all that, and you go, damn, they're fucked up. This is fucked up, but you take the best of what they are, right?
Right.
You take the coolness of what they are and release the distortions. And this is where your guidance will lead you to say the right kind of the most efficient is 45 degrees, but to the right of, your center. So take a breath in. See if you can see, and if you can't, just tell me, but see if you can see, say, an XI iconic man. Where is that for you?
To the right, like you said.
Okay. That's the iconic man that's the new man. That's the new iconic man. Okay. They're strong, but they're sensitive. They're complete. They don't have to show off or anything. They're just like iconic. Hence iconic. Okay.
They're
So
centered.
yeah. So what I was doing is like what you're going to go through again is like you're going to start peeling away the definitions, and then you'll get refined your definitions, and you'll just literally face. Right now it's to the right, but then your path, your trajectory, and you'll face it, and that iconic man will be in front of you. And then once it's in front of you, it's like, well, you'll run into it, and this is where everything changes for you, right? And I got rid of the brain type stuff, the I don't know, schizophrenia and all that
The
stuff in you.
family stuff.
Yeah, you're getting rid of all that stuff, so I got rid of that for you. All right.
Thank you. Will
You're
the
so
singles event help me for like
uh,
finding out my
oh
match or
yeah, the 13 ways is actually good for you. 13 ways XI woman series for you going. Again, you'll start to understand what women are about, which will make you actually an iconic man for you. All right.
okay.
Yeah. Nice job.
Thank you, Ma.
You're so welcome, my friend. We'll go to Dr. Dolores. Hello, how are you, hon?
Hi, Moss. I'm fine. I have my cat Gracie here. She wanted to be part of this.
Awesome.
So if you could just scan me, that would be perfect, and we'll go from there.
Okay. What kind of doctor are you, hon?
I'm a nurse practitioner.
Okay. You really have a nurturing motherly quality to you, sweetie. But so can we just change that for you?
Sure.
Okay. Into a better version of being a mother, a strong mother quality. Because what you do, honey, and back in the day, you've done a great job like removing. This is kind of like closing up that pattern. Back in the day, you would nurture people by just taking on their burdens, like in the gut area or in the womb area. Does that make sense for you, hon?
Sure.
Okay. So you would worry about things at a very, very deep level. All that. It's just like, again, just heavy in the gut. I don't know. Do you have gut issues, physical issues in the gut?
Intermittently, but not right now.
Okay, got it. So let's get rid of it so it doesn't become constant for you. And then I don't. Did your mother or did you have, let's see, surgeries in that area, the gut and
My
all
mother
that?
did. I haven't had surgery yet. I don't intend to have any.
Yeah, let's get rid of that.
No.
That's even if you said, even when you said I haven't had surgery yet, it's like you're kind of like getting pushed into that. So can we just eliminate that for you?
Please do.
Man, your mom or whoever had a lot of surgeries in that area. So and again, it makes, because you're, especially you're a doctor, honey, you're a nurse practitioner, it's like all the burdens of society and all that just hang here. Okay, because that's what women do. That's what the womb is about. So let's clean that out and let's do it the other way. The other way. Uh, so like most other mammals, have you known they're a strong mother frequency? They don't carry the burdens or the weaknesses of their young. They push them into becoming stronger.
True.
Okay. Most human mothers, they basically support the weaknesses of their young, which perpetuates weakness down the line.
Mhm.
Get it? So can we reset that back to nature standards?
Please, yes.
This is what will happen, and you have to confirm that. You might get a little more, say, aggressive. You're not turning into a masculine, but you're just going, hey, you know what? I see the best version of you. You should play that best version of you as well. So you're not seeing this distortion and nurturing. You're basically going, you're seeing their distortion because you're a nurse practitioner. You're seeing their distortion. You see the better version of them here. And hey, let's direct you over here. And this is whatever protocol that you do on works much better, much faster for you. And it's not just what you're treating them on, it's like their whole identity is being treated with you, which is really beautiful. So very, very
Okay.
nice. Take a breath in, and you're good with all that, right?
Yeah.
And then this will help heal you as well, because you go, oh, this is my distorted version. Here's another better version of me here. And then what you'll actually feel is like, oh, this is my better version, but here's another better version of me over here. And then in a short time, you'll age younger. because you've done enough XI where you're pivoting, going, you know what? I don't need to age like society or the way
Yeah.
my mom. So, do you have a questions?
Yeah, I really want to address my finances and stuff and what is in the way of creating what I need to create.
Yeah, that's your father. Breathe in. So your father, well, he never trusted a lot of people, especially if they didn't work hard.
True.
It's like you look at your hands, and if they're not like calluses and stuff, it's like I'm not gonna trust that guy. So he never trusted innovation and like people like on the computer nowadays, they don't work. They're on the computer. It's
Yeah.
like he would think that's not work. But in that sense, what you're doing, if you're not getting, I don't know, out there, if you're not digging, if you're not whatever, if you're not just working your fingers to the bone, honey, you don't deserve wealth.
Oh, we need to change that.
Makes sense to it's like how much harder can I work? But it's not good enough because it's like those kind of patterns, the people that run your father's patterns, it's like no matter how hard they work, they could work harder,
Mhm.
that kind of deal. So you're kind of running that pattern of success. So deleting that's easy for you. And you want that, right?
Yes, please.
So take a breath in. And again, so I'll delete all that for you. Collapse that, say, wave function or frequency for you, if you don't mind. And again, pay attention to the gut, the shoulders. I think as you age, your family tends to, get those curled shoulders. You don't need all that either. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. I would suggest weightlifting, resistance training for you, hon, because your bone structure feels a little softer to me.
Mhm.
So, so, so it doesn't have to be heavy, but just enough to put strain on your bones, and then that'll just perpetuate you having a stronger bone structure. It'll give you a solid back. It'll give you a strong back. That's another iconic. You, when I look at you, you've got a lot of knowledge and all that, but you're not, say, sure, complete. You're not completely confident because again, you're carrying a lot of burdens or distortions of. So as that releases, you'll become more of a solid, say, mother type nurturing, like a bear, like a mama bear type frequency. You know
Got
what I
it.
mean? That kind. So you can even envision an animal type that like really takes care of their young and perpetuates, say, the evolution, because that's what you're about, Sudhi. So very nice, very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You look young already, by the way.
Thank you.
Take a look at your stuff. All right, we'll move on. We'll
Okay.
go to Barb. Hi, how are you, hon?
Hi, great. How are you, Mas?
I'm doing really well, hon. Anything special you wanna? Let's work on your feminine identity, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So take a breath in. Are you married or what?
I'm widowed.
You're widowed? Okay. All right. How long, sweetie?
10 years next week.
Okay. 10 years next. Can we dissolve that relationship? Because he just seems like he's still around.
Yes,
Is that okay for you? Okay.
absolutely. Yes.
It doesn't mean that, you don't connect with them. You connect with them at a higher level. You're freer. But think of it this way, sweetie. Especially, so you back in the day, you would connect with men that are kind of soft or feminine, which kind of would make you more of a dominant male or a dominant female. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then your
Yeah.
sexuality would get kind of confusing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So extreme versions of that will be like, being lesbian or gay or LGBT and all those other things that they go. Very, very extreme versions. I'm not saying that's you, but basically you morph into, say, you morph into a masculine presence. Then you become more masculine than the guy you're with. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so in this situation, what you're doing is you've done enough XI, so congratulations. So elevate you to the next level where you go, gosh, you know what? I'm an iconic woman. So let's get you an iconic woman frequency for you. And it changes everything. Does that make sense? Your wealth, your relationships, your health. You don't have to age, the way your family did. Um, did they have like knee replacements or hip replacements, stuff like that in your family?
Both of my parents died fairly young, so heart issues was the big thing for them.
Oh, okay. If they would have aged, they would have probably had joint replacements, which is part of the blood, basically. The bone structure. So they both died young because of blood type issues, basically. Their bone structure didn't support them, so to speak. Take a breath in. The reason why I say that, I kind of see that in you as well. Not a doctor, but I see that in you. So you're at its level with XI. So either you're just basically going down the list. Is like, wait a second. Okay, what is a real woman to me? And you're going to compare yourself to whatever out there. And again, there's a lot of great women. So you don't want to, you're a great copier or manifester. So what you do is like, so you learn really fast. You can copy somebody's patterns or skill sets. Does that make sense to you? Have you ever done that? You learn really
Yeah,
fast.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. Let's make it more XI compliant for you. We're doing so many things here on that I might be jumping around, but it's just like I'm working here and then I'm going here and I'm going here and going here. Take a breath in. All right. So, okay. So when you copy somebody, sweetie, what you do, say you love somebody, you copy what they want to be like, and then you feed them back what they're like, and that's why they love you. So you kind of lose yourself in that situation. Get it? So in this case, whether you're copying for a skill set or whether you're copying for love, whatever it is, let's do it the right way where you go, okay, I love this person, or I like this person's success patterns. Okay. I like this person's success patterns. Why or what is it that draws me to their success? And then you just copy that frequency, those threads that create success for them, not their whole distortion. Get it? So say, for example, this is just, it's a stupid joke, but if you copied, say, Trump's success patterns, you'd have his hair. Does that make sense to you? You would copy everything about him. So and then you'd go, well, who the hell am I? So that's what you've done with your loved ones and so on. So take a breath in. So in this pattern, what we're going to do is kind of stop for you. You get admired, you admire somebody and then you stop and you go, wait a second. It's not everything. What thread do I admire about them? What frequency do I admire about them? And then that's where you like learn a lot faster. And you don't, like, if you learn from a man, that doesn't mean that you turn into a man. You basically go, oh, success mechanisms. I like that. You separate the success mechanism and put it on a female frequency. You become more feminine because the more successful you get, people that run your patterns, the more masculine you get in this case. Because in society, success is a masculine role, which is not true. Get it? So you're going to question everything, by the way. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And it's good that you're yawning because you basically tend to go to sleep. So I would suggest sleeping right after this because it's literally like shutting you down and then you wake up different. You wake up reset. That's how fast you move. Okay. So take a breath in one last time. Did that make sense? Questions?
It does. I think my big concern is being stuck after he was my one and only, and now I'm afraid to move into the next relationship. Like, oh, how am I going to be? And am I going to repeat the pattern? So I'm kind of stuck in that way too.
Yeah. And the reason why you're stuck, oh, I worked on that as well. Sorry. So I knew there was one more thing. So anyway, your husband's off where you should be. He feels really free. Okay. So this means that because he's still with you. Even if like somebody's looking at you, it's like, oh, she's taken because again, you're still stuck. So I can't unstuck that, let him go. He's really free. Um, um, he's, are you still wearing a ring or something? Are you holding on to that
No,
ring?
no,
Okay. Do you still have his ring?
nope.
He's showing me a ring. Um, okay. So he's free, and just to confirm that he's free and he's where he should be, you will see a golden ring, a ring. Um, yeah, just out of random. It'll show up for you. That's basically his sign that he's okay and you're free. And it's okay for you. Get it? And it'll just feel. How do you feel right now, by the way?
Feels a little bit more open in the heart, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was literally just sitting right next to you. That's why I was asking.
Very present. Yeah.
Very present. Yeah. So again, you're not going to lose that. He's just in another arena and he'll come down. He's not going to hang out with you, like just stuck to you. Because again, you'll morph into him. This way you become more and more and more yourself. And he'll literally guide you into the next relationship.
Thank
He'll
you.
be, you're so welcome. We'll move on. We'll go to Zach. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Doing really well. Let's notice your upper spine, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've had injuries there. Oh, does your family, as they age, kind of go like that? You know, they kind of curve forward. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. My dad's starting to. I noticed. Yep.
You don't want that, do you?
I don't.
Yeah. Okay. And that's one of the biggest things. I'm glad you said that, Zach, because it's not just his bone structure. Basically, as he's aging, he seems like he's really worried
Mhm.
about age or dying. How old is he? Do you mind?
Yeah, mid 60s.
Still young, but for him, he feels a lot older to me.
Hmm.
So, and he's kind of wondering, he's like, shit, where the hell do I go? You know, where am I going? And then basically, Zach, you're bright, you're brilliant, you've always been a supporter of people, right? You support people. So basically, as he ages, he basically slides into you.
Hmm.
This is where you turn into your dad. And then you go, how the hell did that happen?
Right.
So, can we separate the two, by the way?
I would love for that. Yeah.
And you're still supporting him in a better, more functional way for you and him. Because he again, he's young. He doesn't seem like he's got any severe diseases. He's okay.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So he can like recoup and really understand what life is about. And relive, which is really good, which helps you say connect. The other aspect for you, Zach, is that again, you're a supporter person. You're always a support person. You're not the person on stage.
Okay.
Does that make sense for you?
Does,
In
yeah.
in love, in whatever it is, you're the behind the scenes person putting everything together. But it's time for you to shine, dude.
Mhm.
Because in situations you let somebody else do the talking or whatever, and you go, shit, I could have done better than that. Why wasn't I there? So you miss your opportunities. That's a deeper level. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I feel like, I mean, I got sober in my mid 20s. It's
Yep.
been about 9 years, and I'm here because yeah, like I'm eager to move forward into the next phase of my life.
Mhm.
Feels like I can build up, you know, um, I'm working my way up the consciousness ladder. I get there. I can put together some time where I feel joyful and at peace, but then like a fear response kicks in. my sleep pattern gets way out of whack, and my self-esteem just kind of crumbles. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to move through that and reach for whatever the next phase is in my life, like I said. So
Take a breath in. So what I was talking about is exactly what you're addressing, which is really nice. So we're parallel. So let's talk about, you said you're sober. I don't see you as an addictive personality. I see you as a coping personality. Okay. So back in your younger days, basically you supported so many people, you lost yourself. So basically you would drink to find who you are.
sure, yeah, I thought of alcohol as God, basically. Yeah.
That's one of my point.
Yeah.
Alcohol basically is like, okay, it's literally like break time for you, your alcohol.
Mhm.
So again, I don't see you as an addictive personality. This is where AA and all that stuff, it wouldn't help, these type of patterns for you. Basically, you get so inundated, you get so overworked, especially around 18, 19, 20. There's so many people that are around you that just like they were like, I don't know, it's just oppressing you. Because you wanted to help so much, or so many people would latch onto you unknowingly. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even like if you went to college or you went to high school, there'd be people like latching onto you unknowingly. You're that kind of person. So, get it? Does that make sense to you? If you walk into a room, you walk out drained.
Yep. Absolutely.
So basically, unknowingly, they go, "Oh, energy, battery charger. Let me plug in." Like people are trying to find, charger. You'd be the charger for their soul.
Sure.
So, so you get so again overwhelmed by that, you turned into drinking to go, okay, because that was your solution. It's like, okay, I'm gonna leave them there. I'm gonna go here, be with myself or God.
Sure. Is there a way to make that work for me and the person trying to plug in where it's mutually beneficial?
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's what XI is about. Yep. So breathe in. You've got great leadership propensity, because again, you've observed internally the distortions of people. So you know how to fix yourself now that you've fixed yourself, which is good. So the next stage for you again is creating a solid identity of who Zach is. Okay.
Mm.
This is where your father might actually push into you a bit more, and then he'll go, "No, wait a second, I don't need to do that,"
Mm.
and he'll stand up and be stronger on his own. You'll go, "Gosh, I don't need to." Again, the back issues and all that stuff. You don't need to have that. You'll be more. You'll have a solid identity. You know who you are, and then when you know who you are, this is where you will like people will approach you or whatever that you do, and they go, "Oh, okay," and you give them real solutions because you're sending out the vibes of, "Hey, I fixed myself. I didn't need all those other things," and then you literally help people.
Okay.
So absolutely, it's not one or the other for
Sure.
you.
Sure.
And you don't have
Sorry.
to.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Were,
ahead.
are there any like promises or bonds that connections from previous relationships that are still tied to me that need to be cut? Or do you see anything there?
Well, well, you're sensing what I was working on. I'm
Mm.
deleting all the bonds, all the distortions, all that. Again,
Okay.
including your father. So you'll feel really whole. You'll feel complete. This is where people from even like a decade ago go, shit, It's like, hey, Zach, I haven't seen you in a decade. What's going on? It's because they were still sucking the life out of you.
Mm.
Even like if you haven't seen him, for 10, 15, whatever years. So when that happens, I'm not saying don't connect with them, but it's like, oh, it'll confirm that they were still sucking the life out of you. And
Sure.
you'll have a lot of energy. Um, and this will teach you how to be or reclaim who your identity is. And you'll shine. You'll be on stage. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's very
Thank you
easy.
so much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
You bet. We'll go to Mia. Hi, Mia.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Max.
Take a breath in, sweetie, and can we work on your head space a bit?
Yes.
You seem to kind of like float around.
Yeah.
If that, see, especially as you age, you know, I don't know if your parents might have dementia or they might be the kind of people as like as they age, you know, they kind of sit there and you know that they're not there. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, my mother. Yeah.
Yeah. So you again, I'm not a doctor, but you don't want to have that aging pattern, do you, sweetie?
No.
Okay. So
No.
okay, so we'll work on that. Um, anything specific that you want to work on?
Yes. Last time I spoke to you, there was like a spider web around me from a guru, and I had to work on that.
Yeah.
Did I free myself from that?
Yeah. So okay. So take a breath in. So okay, Zach, the guy before you, again, people would latch on to you. So you are the next again, a more extreme version of that where people latch onto you and then they suck the life out of you. So this is where you would get attracted to a guru or a person or whatever that would just literally like say control you. Okay. People
Yeah.
who have abilities and so on, they would start to control you on that. So yes. So no, you don't have that. You're actually at a level where you're stable. Before people would like rope you and then pull you and make you feel unstable. And then you go, oh, I need to hold on to somebody. But the person you would hold on to is the person that's destabilizing you. And then the more you destabilize, the more you'd go, I need to hold on to them. That's how, like, gosh, the Mormon church, guru type frequencies, the governments, the media, they destabilize you and then they give you a solution. Like, hey, you know what? You're gonna die. You better take the vaccine. Here's the solution. Get it? So basically that's the pattern that you run. So take a breath in, sweetie. Can we delete that pattern for you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's delete that pattern. You're strong enough to go, hey, what? You know what? I can make my own decision. I know I don't need to stabilize on anybody else, including
But
me.
you told me that I had a contract. Am I free from this contract now?
Yes, all those things are gone for you. Let's
Okay.
see.
And he used to put his finger on my third eye and on my neck. Is this gone too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sweetie. All those are gone.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're actually trying to hold on to like assurance. And assurance always fades with time. Okay. So the
Okay.
only thing you can hold on to that is stable is yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
your higher version of who you are. That's you don't want to hold on to me or anything like that because people that run your patterns, you'll get really well, you'll grow and expand, and you go, oh, it's because of Moss. Let me hold on to Moss. No, you won't be able to do that. You'll just like you'll start to learn how to stabilize on your own. Okay.
And did I also free my children from this? Stefan
Uh,
and Pauline?
how many kids do you have? Three or two?
Two.
Two?
Stefan and Pauline.
Yeah. So
They are free from it too?
one of them is the other one is a little too stubborn. So
Stefan?
yeah, so that one. But the best way to do it, take a breath in, sweetie. Just notice your brain. The best way to free them is to, again, solidify yourself. They'll look at you and go, okay, mom figured it out. I'm going to go that way. But it's their
Okay.
choice, not your choice. So that's one thing to note as well. You can't sacrifice yourself for anybody else anymore either, because that's what you used to do. None of that can work because
Okay.
it would enslave you. Get it?
Yes.
Take people like you would do, I don't know, peace movements. You know, that you join Greenpeace. There's nothing wrong with the organization, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get it?
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, I need to save, but basically, I need to save the animals. I need to save the trees. I mean, that's totally fine. But the real reason why people that run those patterns is because they need to save themselves. This is where they need to save hurt animals and stuff like that. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying the reason why most people do that is because they're hurt themselves. Okay, and they get into that. You can save hurt animals, you can save the trees, but not because you're damaged and you want to save somebody, but you're solid and you go, hey, this is the way it should be. So
Well, I
that's,
think I'm not interested.
or you're not interested. That's totally
Not
fine.
anymore. Not anymore.
That's totally fine.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
know what? A lot of people take a breath in. Just to move it outside of you so you understand it better. A lot of people who become psychologists and things of that nature, they want to heal themselves, so they turn into psychology and so on. So once they heal themselves, they go, "Hey, Moss, I don't want to be a psychologist." It's like, well, that's the best form of psychologist. Like you've healed yourself. Now it's a perfect time for you to be in psychology. So again, this is where you get outside of your space, honey. You are solid. You're not going to get penetrated anymore. And this is where an opportunity for you to help other people stabilize in your sense. You don't have to search for it, honey. It'll like kind of show up for you. But this is where you, again, like show the rest of the world, your circle on how you stabilized yourself. You feel more present, by the way. You're not like all over.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so
Thank
welcome.
you.
We'll move on to John. Hey, John. Unmute, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah. All
Hello.
right. Hi. Yeah, anything special? How's your mom?
My mom?
Yeah.
No idea.
Okay. Is she still around?
Yes.
Okay. There's just like an opposing force, if that makes sense to you, John.
Okay.
In your say frequency. So basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're that type of person that kind of always pushes against something to create an identity for yourself, or that's the reason why. Does that make sense for you? So you're
No.
always questioning, like
Oh,
even
okay. I question everything. Okay.
yeah, you question everything.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense to you. Okay. So the reason why you question everything, which is totally fine, which is totally great, is so the reason why you question everything, because back in the day, your mom would kind of like push you into losing your identity. So what you did was basically you started to question everything to go, nope, this is my identity. And you still do that. Does that make sense to you?
Okay.
Okay. So in that case, and I'm breaking through, I can see it, which is nice. Take a breath in. I'm breaking through, and this is where you go, wait a second. I don't have to like protect myself here to, to be in the world. There's another way of doing it. Okay. So breathe in again, my friend. Do you have any specific questions for me?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for a reason.
Yep. So what's your question?
So I am dating a XI woman.
Okay.
One of your first probably. And
Ah.
we've been friends over 40 years.
Okay.
We both experienced losing people that we love
Mhm.
almost at the same time, helping each other through. And
Awesome.
then we became connected
Mhm.
where we both claim or say that we love each other.
Yeah.
But we are clashing like hell because I don't get her and she sounds just like you. So, and I'm trying to understand her because I love her. I've sat in on your seminars, loved it, didn't understand anything, but it was pretty cool. And I'll
Yeah.
do more. So I'm here
One.
to try to understand more and try to release me so that we can get along at least, because I love her so much.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about. So beautiful. So take a breath in. We're on the track.
Two. I need two.
Yeah, you're on the same track. You know, you're on the same pattern. You know, you're willing to learn, which is really good. And again, that's where, you know, with her being around, I think she softened, say that block, so to speak. And the reason why you're clashing, think of it this way, Sean. I know you love her because, again, there's deep love between the both of you. So, which is nice. She just has to release. She's always fearful and she's letting go of it. It's just that last smidgen. Basically, she's fearful of stepping into, say, she'll only go to like say level 3 or 4 or 5 in love relationships. Otherwise, she doesn't want to get hurt. Okay, so that's her pattern. Okay, and it's
You're
like,
exactly right. It's exactly what she's talking about.
yeah, exactly. It's like, well, gosh, you know, like if I go to level 5, 6, what if he dies on me? What if he just leaves me? What if, you know what I
True.
mean? And it's like, I can't do that. So once you solidify, John, and here's the deal, take a breath in. So this was a I don't know how many clients back on today. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but
I did.
close your eyes, take a breath in. Okay, you're a little kid. Holy hell. You're like 3 or 4 years old. Again, very bright, John. But sometimes being bright and not knowing how to work the world kind of distorts you. Okay. Or like having gifts but not knowing how to use it in the world. So you're
Right.
3 or 4 years old. Your mother is pushing on you. She's literally dictating the clothes you wear, everything about you, what you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. And you basically go, shit, I want to be John. This is my turn, not mom's turn. Literally, that's basically what I'm saying. So what you
Right.
did is like, nope, I'm here. So this is where you get stubborn. Okay. And stubbornness in this case is good. Most people, stubbornness is because it's a safety mechanism. So you go, nope, I'm going to be like this. But the thing is, close your eyes, take a breath in, my friend. The thing is, what happens is that you solidified yourself as a 3-year-old. And this is where sometimes when you get into arguments and so on, sometimes no matter how old you get, it's like you'll revert back to say somebody of a younger, say, intellect would do, although you're highly intellectual. So those kind of patterns. So again, take a breath in, close your eyes, and imagine yourself, okay, being solid. Okay. And in the same example. So you basically at 3 years old jumped off the train of time and goes, nope, I'm staying here. Because if I move with the train of time, I'm going to morph into my mom. Okay. So what you want to do is like, can you see yourself hopping onto the train of time and being solid in time moving forward? That way you don't have to protect yourself because that's what basically you always question because nope, I want to stay here. Nope, I want to stay here because that's where you're protected. So at first you'll feel very vulnerable, especially after this session, John. And then in a very short time, it's like, wait a second, I can be me and still be fluid. And this is where you don't clash. Because again, you're trying to put everything into, say, the parameters that you've created through your life.
So is that why you have self-esteem issues and issues with others?
Yep, absolutely.
So how do I make this work with my friend?
Yeah, I literally helped you. I dissolved the compartments. What
Okay.
you've done in over time, again, we're a little older. So what you've done over time is like, this works. I'm going to keep it into this compartment. This works. So you've made compartments in your life. If it doesn't fit in those compartments, it's like, I don't know what to do with it. And
Right.
this bringing in a new paradigm is like, it doesn't fit. And basically, you're not, say, clashing to go, you're fucked up or anything, but you're
No.
basically asking her, hey, this thing that I'm feeling with you does not fit into any of these compartments that I'm used
Right.
to, so basically what you're asking when you're clashing, you'd want to go is like, hey honey, you know what, I understand, but it's not fitting into the compartments that I'm used to. Can you help me create new compartments, or can you help me disintegrate some of the old compartments that are old, so there's makes new versions or new compartments? And the compartment you want to be in, John, okay, can I just turn you into that as well? It'll help
Sure.
this Raphael as well. the next person, I think. Take a breath in. Okay, the compartment that I'm going to put you in is the compartment that you are your best possible version of who you are. Anything that doesn't fit will not fit into that compartment. Anything that anything that does it fit you to be your best possible version will fit into that compartment. Does that make sense to you?
See what you're saying.
Okay, so take a breath in. Notice your sides. And there we go. At first, you'll feel really disillusioned, disoriented. You might not know, have an identity in a bit, but then you'll morph into the new compartment, and it's like a breath of fresh air for you, and you don't have to be as, say, strict about it. All right, my friend?
Okay, thank
you. Keep doing the work, my friend. Yeah, I see you software already. That's cute. Very nice. We'll move on. Regina. Hi, Regina.
Hi, Masati. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing, sweetie?
Good. I'm hanging in there. I'm part of your Know Thyself program.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, and so many things are just shedding off you. You don't know who the hell you are.
I am fucked up. I guess that's why
Absolutely.
they saved me for the end.
Yeah. That's beautiful though. So
Yeah.
so think of it this way, honey. Um, okay. You to know who you are, okay. There's a couple factors. So breathe in. Okay. So around 14 to 16 years of age, honey, you decided to be somebody. Does that make sense to you? Around that age, I could be off by a year or two. Because if you were like 13, you feel wiser to me, so you could be 16. So I could be off by a year or two. Okay. All right. So it's like, I don't want to be this person at around that age. I am going to be this person. Get it? This is what Tony Robbins and all those people teach you, which is great. But again, there's a disillusionment there because the person that you don't want to be exists, has to exist. Otherwise, you perish. Okay. Anthony Bourdain, people like that, they perish because of this issue. Because this version of who they are becomes so much bigger. But then if this new version gets bigger, the better version of you, this version, because you're referencing what you don't want to be to create what you want to be. Okay.
Right.
The bigger, so for example, two versions of what you don't want to be, two units of what you don't want to be, of who you don't want to be, equals one unit of who you want to be. Because there has to be pressure. Okay. So basically you go, I want to be 10 versions, 10 units of who I really want to be. I want to be successful. I want to be gorgeous. I want to be, have that love relationship. So if you want 10 units of who you want to be, this has to grow by 20 because it's a factor of 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the more successful you have, the more success you have, the more abundance you have, the more love you have, this version has to grow more and more.
Okay.
And there has to be a breaking point because you can't handle all the distortions here. Okay.
Right.
So what you've done in a very short time with XI is like, wait a second, I don't have to reference myself here to be this better version of myself here. So, and that's why things are falling apart. You don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Because again, you really don't know who you are. You know who you're not.
Right.
Get it? That's
Yeah.
how you're creating yourself. People who go from rags to riches, they're not really wealthy. They're not rich. They just know that they're not poor. And that's why their wealth feels poor or it doesn't feel right to them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're very intuitive. So I'm giving you a bit of the science and you go, holy shit. So it's all about reference points. So breathe in. Okay. So instead of referencing again, and it's not 2 to 1 for you, the older that you get, the more intensity that you have. Basically, what happens is like 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. The more successful you get, this version has to say multiply even more because it's exponential. So breathe in. And you're so in tune, sweetie. It's just even if you're, haven't been in with XI for a long time, a while, you're so in tune. It's like, shit, I get it. So one, let's rewrite that equation for you. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're not referencing what you don't want to be who you are. That worked for a bit, but you're referencing who you are compared to the next version of you.
Okay.
And then when you get to that version, it's like, oh, I can shed away that version. And then you reference the next version of you and the next version of you. So you're always like referencing a better and better and better version of you. Does that make sense? Yeah.
That makes sense because yesterday, know thyself, when you use the example, are you in the past projecting forward? At first, I said no to self, but when I re listened to it throughout the day, I just was shedding tears because I am in the past projecting myself forward.
Exactly.
In a loop like that, yeah.
Yep. So what you're doing is really beautiful. Again, you're getting into the science. You're here now in the moment. Something happened to you at 16, like I said. Something happened at 16. Something happens to you in the moment. You go back to your 16-year-old self, project that forward because you don't want to be that.
Right.
Makes sense to you? So what you're doing is you're closing off cycles of yourself. And so everything about you is about what you're not, literally. So you basically don't know who you are because there's no reference points of who you're not.
Right.
Okay. The
Yes.
beautiful thing about this, honey, and you'll feel it in a very short time. Take a breath in. When you're not referencing who you're not, and you can notice your lower half there from your ribs down. I'll split you in two for just a second. So all the way down into your toes. And then notice the midsection up. So midsection on up to the top of your head. And notice from your head to your feet. How do you feel right now?
More snap then.
Yeah. You're not referencing anything. You're just referencing present moment time
Present, yeah.
and best possible version of who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. The next moment shows up. Okay. You're not dragging this one forward, the next version of you. You step into the new version of you. So you're not always reaching for the next thing because you're a go-getter, you're a goal setter. It's like the next thing is going to make me whole. The next thing is like, it's like, no, I'm whole right here. The
Yes.
next thing, I'm even going to be more whole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're whole where you are. There's a better version of wholeness there. And like in a short time, you release disease patterns, success mechanisms, all that like rearrange for you. I mean, people like you just like boom, they get really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other questions as we end?
Well, I guess you kind of just said it towards the end because then I was going to say to you, so that is that helping my wealth, my success, and all that alignment as well, and intimate relationship moving forward because that's where my loop was in a past relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you collect men that seem solid. They seem solid at first. They seem that, oh, I can be myself around them, but then you morph into being more masculine than them. And then it's a turn off for you. And then sensuality, intimacy, sex and stuff is like shit. You know, I'm you know, I'm having sex with a woman because they're more feminine than I am, and you're a strong woman. So in the case, you'll start to see that, and then you'll attract, which isn't there's not a lot of strong men out there, but you'll attract a man that makes you feel like a woman. Get it?
Okay.
And the
Yes.
intimacy like expands. So yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
So
Yeah.
extreme versions of you, sweetie, would be like an Anthony Bourdain, where they have everything, but then this thing gets so big and who they're they hate this version because it's still a shadow that they can't let go.
Yes.
And then they go, shit, I gotta kill this one off. But if they kill that off, they just disappear.
Yeah. You deleted that. I'm not gonna take myself out, am I?
No, that's what I'm saying. So all those patterns for the people that are out there, though,
Yeah.
that's That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do more of those kind of ideas in Substack. But for you, Sweetie, you'll feel so free.
Great.
It's just a freedom. So
Great.
wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thanks.
I think that's it. Alex, is that it? Megan? Oh, wonderful. All right, guys, this is fantastic. Again, notice what you notice the details. Again, notice how fast and transformational. Once you collapse the wave of who you are, it does take a little bit for this last for Regina here, the last call. She'll just like skyrocket, okay? Because nothing's gonna hold her back. She gets it. For those type of individuals, the changes are like literally radically immediate, okay? For other people, not as fast, especially if you have like physical issues. Obviously, it takes a little while for the physicalness, to reacclimate yourself, get younger, whatever, or heal yourself. But you do heal yourself faster. And then there's those versions who are like too scared to move forward, or victim type frequencies. They take a little longer with XI. But the bigger deal, again, overall, is collapsing the wave so you understand who the possibility of the best version of who you could be, and then you go towards that. All right, guys. Hopefully this was a learning experience for you. Comment in. Thanks a lot, and watch more of MOS on Sunday. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.